Chapter 4002. The surrounding people were in an uproar, their faces full of shock. They knew that Lin Wudi had killed geniuses. Quite a few chief disciples and powerful saints had died at the hands of the other party. But heaven and earth did not tolerate him. What did that mean? Could it be? Some of the elders of the holy city gasped. Had his destiny been measured? That's right, his destiny had been measured. He was a person abandoned by the heavens. His blood dyed the blue sky. Even the bronze messenger wanted to kill him. How could we not do it? Lin Wudi had no future. These people were all stunned. Soon these elders of the holy city all laughed out loud. Great, this guy was definitely going to die. When they heard that he had killed so many chief disciples, they were terrified. When such a person grew up, he would be another powerhouse on the pilgrim list. But now he was not tolerated by heaven and earth. Not to mention becoming a powerhouse on the pilgrim list, he might not even be able to walk out of here alive today. How could they know that the truth was far from that? These people wanted to kill Lin Xian because they were angry. But most importantly, they were terrified. After all, Lin Xian was the only person who could transform into a heaven illuminator. Even if they felt that it was too unbelievable and impossible for it to be true. But the other party had at least condensed the glory of the galaxy. This meant that the other party had no problem becoming a great sage. Although they kept saying that the other party was a person abandoned by the heavens. But after all, the Heavenly Tao Alliance had made a move. Such a mysterious organization protected Lin Xian. One could imagine. Lin Xian had endless secrets. They would not allow such a potential threat to appear. That was the reason why these top powerhouses wanted to make a move. The people of the Water Sky City were pale. How could their senior brother become a person abandoned by the heavens? How could it be impossible? Elders, come quickly. They had already sent out the signal. On the other side, the people of the Heavenly Fragrance Pavilion were also surprised, because they realized that their little princess had not come out. That was the daughter of the Saint King. Would there be any problems? There was also a group of people who were incomparably mysterious. There were few of them, but they stood above the 9 heavens. Their bodies were surrounded by green light, and it was impossible to tell whether they were real or fake. Some people knew that these people were from the Kunlun Pavilion. At this moment, they were also a little anxious. While they were waiting, a few figures flew out. Everyone turned their heads to look. The next moment, they screamed, "Lin Wudi, it's him. He finally came out. After hiding for so long, you finally can't take it anymore. Even if he came out late, he would still die." The experts of the sacred city all surrounded him. Those on the pilgrim rankings moved as well. They had to make a move this time. Chao Tiansheng was the only one who didn't make a move. He brought his people far away and stood there with his hands clasped behind his back, silently watching the battle. It seemed he wanted to be a spectator. Qin Xianer also did not make a move. Her beautiful eyes were bewitching, and no one knew what she was thinking. Lin Xian and the others came out, followed by Morong Qingqing and Li Hongxiu, the Northern Devil and the Dark Red Dragon. The Toad didn't come out and remained on celestial fate. Black Mountain, Tailor Flower also disappeared. As soon as these people came out, they were besieged by the all heavens. Countless terrifying auras enveloped them. As long as they didn't agree with each other, they would probably attack immediately. Such violent power could instantly turn them into a bloody mist. "Lin Wudi, kneel down and accept your death." Yu Quan roared. Mo Xiu also stood out. "You were abandoned by the heavens, so we should enforce justice on behalf of the heavens. Hand over what you have, and we'll give you a quick death." Wan Jiani also walked out. He was very jealous of Lin Xian's dragon-shaped sword shadow. The sword qi emitted from it made him very tempted. Not to mention, there were also Lei Zhen, the 9 Qilins and the first prince around, as well as the experts of the other sacred city. No one could contend against such a lineup. They were too strong. They were simply enemies of the heavens' punisher, senior brother. In the distance, Wang Xiaofeng and the others screamed. Lin Xian finally came out, but the situation was too terrible. Even if the people of Peerless City came, they wouldn't be able to see enough. They discovered that, with the exception of a very small number of sacred grounds present, most of them were actually going to make a move. Prepare to die. Angry shouts sounded one after another. The dark rainbow divine dragon roared. Do you want to die? Do you know who you're facing? Humph, a person abandoned by the heavens should die. The people of Acheron Hall sneered. The people of Demon City also snorted. Idiots. The divine dragon roared. And you listened to them? They just didn't dare to say it. A person abandoned by the heavens. Let me tell you, this kid has condensed and illuminated the heavens. In the future, he will become a supreme existence above the great sage. Do you dare to make a move against a young great emperor? Do you want to die? As soon as these words came out, the surrounding saints all trembled. What was going on? Wasn't Lin Wudi abandoned by the heavens? How did he become a young great emperor? Seeing the shock of the surrounding people, the dark red divine dragon's mouth raised into a sneer. How is it? Do you know fear now? If you know fear, hurry up and get lost. Otherwise, it'll destroy all of your sacred lands in the future. Leijun, what exactly was going on? Yes, why was it different from what you said? The elders of the sacred city began to ask. They were too shocked now. Leijun, the nine-headed spirit, and the others had ugly expressions. The elders were fickle. He did have some talent, but he was indeed a person abandoned by the heavens. This was something that everyone who entered the Destiny Star knew. They all saw that the Bronze Envoy had attacked him. Someone who even wanted to kill the Bronze Envoy. Do you think he still has a future? As soon as these words came out, many people calmed down. A loach dared to mislead people here. No matter what you say today, you will die without a doubt. You are the loach, your whole family are loaches. The dark red divine dragon roared, and his body suddenly grew bigger. He turned into a true dragon, roaring at the sky, mighty and extraordinary. What a terrifying aura. The people of the Thousand Demon City trembled in fear. This was a dragon. Was he one of the dragons? These people were all frightened. They didn't expect that by Lin Xian's side. He actually followed the dragon's people. Humph, if you dare to make a move on Brother Xian, ask me first. The seven-colored light on Murong Qingcheng's body bloomed. It turned into the shadow of a colorful phoenix. It covered the ground, and a loud phoenix cry sounded. At this moment, everyone trembled in fear again. Heaven Phoenix, were they from the Phoenix clan? The true dragon and Phoenix had all come out, and they were all by Lin Xian's side. That scene was too shocking. Now who dared to say that they were abandoned by the heavens? Li Hongxiu also walked out. She also had a terrifying aura on her body. It was her, the little princess of the heavenly fragrance pavilion. The daughter of the Saint King. The northern demon didn't say anything, but he also stood out. Behind him was a divine tree that connected the heavens and the earth, covering the sky. It was abnormally strange. Everyone was stunned. Why were the people around Lin Xian so terrifying? They felt that each of them was not weaker than the chief disciple. They were even much stronger. Chapter 4003. So what if the bronze emissary attacked? The people of the Heavenly Tao Alliance saved him personally. Think carefully. If you attack now, you will be attacking the group of young great emperors. In the future, all of your inheritances will be destroyed. The Heavenly Tao Alliance is protecting him. Does he really have the potential of a great emperor? Damn it. These people were too frightened. Wan Jiani snorted. No matter what you say, even if you are a young great emperor today, you will definitely die. How can a person without a future talk about talent? Yes, no matter who you are. You will definitely die today. The surrounding experts and saints all stood out. Today they wanted to eliminate the root of the problem to prevent future troubles. Ha ha. Lin Xian threw his head back and roared with laughter. After saying so much, aren't you all afraid of me? You all still pretend to be righteous and enforce justice on behalf of the heavens? What a bunch of despicable and shameless people. You all said that I killed your genius? Your chief disciple? Why don't you all ask what your genius and chief disciple did? You all joined forces with dozens of saints to kill me? I fought back. What's wrong with that? His voice was like a clap of thunder, spreading in all directions. Everyone was stunned. Lin Xian looked around. Leijun, you said that you didn't dare to attack me. Now you dare to come out and make a fuss? You have a chance. I will definitely kill you. Lei Zhen was so angry that his body was trembling. Lin Xian then looked at the 9 Qilins. Now that they were jumping around so happily, how many of them were left? If you dare to be arrogant with the remaining 4 lives, I will kill you all together. I will turn you into a lonely soul and a ghost. The 9 Qilins vomited blood when they heard this. The people of the myriad demon city were also frightened. What's going on? Only 4 of the 9 Qilins are left. They lost 5 lives in there? Oh heavens! It was like a bolt from the blue that they couldn't accept. Lin Xian continued to look around and came to the pilgrim board. Yu Quan? The genius of the pilgrim board is very powerful. You still can't suppress me in there. At most, we are tied. But you are a small saint. How dare you talk to me like this? What? Lin Wudi can fight Yu Quan to a tie. Everyone went crazy. Was this guy trying to defy the heavens? Could he really be a young great emperor? Then he looked at the 10,000 swords pavilion. Are you sword saints very powerful? What Tianshan's 7 swords and 10 great sword saints? Didn't I kill them all? And you Jianshan, the head disciple. Weren't you also scared witless by my lightning? If it weren't for your senior brother, you would have died long ago. Everyone was terrified once again. The sword saints of the 10,000 swords pavilion were so powerful and terrifying. But they were all eaten by Lin Xian. Jianshan was also trembling with anger, but he couldn't say anything. Lin Xian looked at Wan Jiani. Although you're strong, you're also despicable and shameless. You want to kill me because you want the treasure in my hands. However, you will never get it in this lifetime. I am a heaven illuminator, unparalleled in the future. That stupid bronze emissary wanted to attack me because he was jealous of me. Do you guys not know the difference between life and death? Taking 10,000 steps back, even if I don't condense the heaven illuminator, then I at least have the glory of the Milky Way. That's the position of the great sage. Ask yourself, if everyone goes in, how many can condense it? Only me. There's also a spatial powerhouse. As for this Wan Jiani, he can only condense a trace of light. Your talent is so much worse than mine. What right do you have to be arrogant in front of me? Lin Xian's voice made everyone go crazy. These people from the holy city felt that their brains were not enough to process. This information was too broad. Lin Xian's next words made them bleed. Wan Jiani was also about to go crazy. Lin Xian said, of course, that spatial powerhouse is also not my match. Because what I condensed is really a heaven illuminator. It's above him. If you guys want to attack me, think clearly about the consequences. Lin Xian's words stunned everyone. It seemed that this kid had obtained a great fortune inside, and killed everyone. The head disciple was not his match at all. Even the people on the pilgrim list could not do anything to him. Moreover, he really had the talent of the ancient land. Even if he was not a great emperor, he was still a great sage. If such a person grew up, who could contend against him in the second astral realm? What are you being arrogant for? I was seriously injured back then and suppressed my cultivation. Otherwise, would you be my match now? UK roared. He could not afford to lose face. In the void, an inexplicable voice also came. After saying so much, didn't you just want a way out? You can't leave today. A strange voice came from the void. Who was it? The dark red divine dragon roared. Lin Xian's face was cold. Gufeng, was the other party going to attack him as well? His eyes were filled with killing intent. When the others heard this, they all took action. No matter what you say, you can't escape death today. Kill him and divide the treasures on his body. Jianshan roared. The others were about to take action. At this time, a loud shout came from afar. Who dared to make a move? Following that, countless red leaves danced in the sky. One terrifying divine ability after another opened up a path for him. The sky was filled with red leaves. Fu Hongya was here. Many people exclaimed. He was the genius of the previous generation on the pilgrim list. His current strength was unimaginable. Behind Fu Hongya, there were some second-generation disciples, and some elders of Wushuang City. After they arrived, they looked at Lin Xian. Who dares to touch the people of Wushuang City? These people roared crazily. They received the call for help from Shui Tiancheng and the others and immediately rushed over. It seemed that Lin Xian was in big trouble. Senior brother. The The people of Wuxia City also rushed over. Lin Xian also said, "Senior brother Fu, you're here." Fu Hongya nodded. Then he looked at Yu Quan, Emoshio, and the others. "Are the two of you going to make a move? Why don't I play with you?" The aura on his body was too terrifying. Yu Quan and Emoshio's scalps went numb. "Are you trying to bully us?" The two of them screamed. Fu Hongya also laughed when he heard that. "You're bullying us? Aren't you bullying us by attacking my junior brother? I want to see what kind of monsters are on this year's pilgrim list." Fu Hongya's gaze swept across the surroundings. At this moment, Yu Quan, Emoshio, and the others frantically retreated. People like Lei Zhan and the others couldn't resist at all. Even Wan Jiani was facing a great enemy. He performed 10,000 swords to resist with all his might. At the same time, he felt a chill on his back. Was this person really that terrifying? "You're the genius of the previous generation. It's normal for us to be inferior to you." Yu Quan gritted his teeth and said. The other elders of the holy cities also surrounded. "Fu Hongya, today is not the place for you to behave atrociously. It has nothing to do with you. We only want to kill Lin Wudi. What should we do?" The elders of Wuxia City were extremely anxious. If it were 1 or 2 holy cities, they could resist. Even if it were 3 or 5 holy cities, they would have a chance to kill their way out. But now more than 10 holy cities wanted to attack them. Unless the Sage King came personally, no one could guarantee Lin Xian's safety. Recommendations, monthly votes, subscriptions, collections, gifts. Chapter 4004. Lin Xian looked at the ferocious faces of the people around him and said coldly, "Very well, I will remember you. I will not spare any of you. Are you really going to attack me? How dare you threaten us? You will die today." The 10,000 Swords Pavilion and the 10,000 Demon City roared crazily. Lin Xian's lips curled up into a cold smile. "I have already given you a chance. If you don't cherish it, then don't blame me." He raised his head and looked at Fu Hongya. He said in a deep voice, "Senior brother, take the people from Water Sky City and leave with these elders first. I can handle it. Junior brother, don't talk nonsense. Our Wuxia City is not afraid of them. I have already informed the experts in the Holy City. They will be here soon. Senior brother, believe me, I will not joke with my life. I have some trump cards, but I can't protect too many people. Only when you leave can I be at ease." Lin Xian transmitted his voice. Fu Hongya then said, "Okay, then we will retreat first. You can't joke with me." "Don't worry, senior brother. I will definitely be able to return to Wuxia City alive." Fu Hongya nodded. He looked around and said coldly, "All of you listen up. My Wuxia City will not let this go. Go." With a wave of his hand, he took Shui and the other geniuses and quickly soared into the sky and flew into the distance. "Let them go?" The people from the holy city gritted their teeth. "It doesn't matter. If these people from Wuxia City leave, then so be it. Our most important target is this Lin Wudi. As long as he doesn't leave." These people ignored Fu Hongya and the others. Instead, they stared at Lin Xian. They were afraid that he would suddenly escape. Lin Xian snorted coldly. He ignored them. Instead, he said to Murong Qingqing beside him, "Qingqing, hurry up and go back. Hongxiu, you go back too. Brother Xian." Murong Qingqing was a little worried. Li Hongxiu also said, "Can this kid do it? Otherwise, my heavenly fragrance pavilion will help you." "Don't worry, don't you understand me? Don't forget my trump card." The two beauties nodded. They knew that Lin Xian had a type of pagoda with powerful defense. Not to mention the existence of Black Mountain. Black Mountain was only hiding now. When Thunder made his move, he would definitely let these people know what despair was. Be careful then. Murong Qingqing was reluctant to leave, but she still returned to the side of those mysterious figures. The mysterious people heaved a sigh of relief. They were afraid that Murong Qingqing would insist. On the other side, the people from the Heavenly Fragrance Pavilion also heaved a sigh of relief. The two holy cities quickly left. "Let's go." Qin Xianer thought for a moment, then led the people of Joyous Union Palace and flew into the distance. On the other side, Chao Tiansheng and the others were also retreating. The others couldn't wait any longer. Previously, they were afraid of Morong Qingqing and Li Hongxia's status. Now that the two of them were gone, they could attack without any hesitation. Kill this brat. Don't kill it, catch it alive. Several voices echoed as countless sacred weapons and mystical skills were unleashed. Kid, do it quickly. The dark red dragon roared, and the northern demon's expression was solemn. Lin Xian opened the great sage tower in an instant, and the three of them entered. Terrifying Saint Qi and precepts bombarded the great sage tower, causing the entire world to shatter. The hall kept bobbing up and down, drowned in endless energy. Inside, their blood was boiling, and their faces were pale. But they weren't worried. This was the great sage artifact. Even if these people doubled their numbers, they wouldn't be able to blast it open. However, this wasn't a solution. They were too aggrieved to be beaten up passively. Old man, aren't you going to make a move? Lin Xian roared. Endless energy surged outside, and these people laughed sinisterly. Some wanted to get the treasure, while others just wanted to kill Lin Xian, so they attacked wildly. This time he should be dead. However, they soon heard a voice. You bastards, I'll remember this. When the time comes, I'll make you suffer. Damn it, this brat is still alive. Is he made of divine metal? He's still alive. These people screamed in horror and attacked again. Countless sword qi, terrifying supernatural powers, and terrifying Saint Qi crazily descended. However, at this moment, a large hand reached out from the void in the distance. With a boom it slapped down. In an instant, countless Saint Qi was slapped away. Many saints' bodies turned into blood mist, and they screamed in pain. Damn it, who is it? Lei Zhen and the others' expressions changed drastically. Oh no, it's that mysterious expert. Retreat quickly. They wanted to retreat, but it was already too late. The pitch-black hand held a jade-like object and kept waving it. Nothing could compete with it. The saint artifacts shattered, and the precepts in the sky were annihilated. The saints who attacked exploded into blood mist one after another. The remaining survivors also screamed. What did you say? Lin Wuxia had a super expert by his side, and he even attacked the bronze messenger. Damn it. Little brat, why didn't you say so earlier? I was screwed over by you. The elders screamed crazily. How could no one tell them such important information? Who was the bronze messenger? How heaven-defying must one be to be able to injure the bronze messenger? Were they tired of living to fight against such a person? Run. These people fled crazily. However, the jade-like object was too mysterious and dazzling. It kept dancing and directly shattered everything. Between heaven and earth, blood mist filled the air, and corpses fell. Screams rang out one after another. These saints were originally full of confidence, so they didn't leave at this moment. But now most of them were killed. There were even many small saints who died here. Their souls wanted to escape, but they were directly destroyed by the jade-like object. Run. The pupils of Wang Jiani and the others shrank. Yu Quan and the others were also seriously injured, and they fled crazily. Mo Wuxia, Lei Zhen, and 9 Qilins fled desperately. This battle ended very quickly, and they basically collapsed in an instant. These Saint City experts and small saints were no match for them at all. They could only burn themselves to protect some important geniuses and escape. In the end, except for these geniuses and a small number of saints who escaped, most of them died there. The dead starry sky had completely turned into hell. Damn it. The rest of the people were terrified. Their hearts were bleeding. Dozens of minor saints had died in this battle. The number of saints who died was innumerable. Even though they were saints, they couldn't bear it. These people didn't dare to stay any longer. The mysterious expert behind them was too terrifying. If they stayed any longer, their souls would probably be destroyed. Mountains of corpses and seas of blood. In the shattered void, the great sage pagoda appeared. The few figures inside looked outside and sneered. How dare you fight against us? Are you courting death? Now most of them were dead. The Crimson God said, Old Black, continue to kill them. Kill those on the pilgrim list. The black figure also appeared. He said, I'm old and useless. If I'm still alive, I can destroy them with a glance. Now I'm just a remnant soul. It's not easy for me to do this. And this is with the help of the Rui Scepter and the Golden Palace. Chapter 4005. Master, are you alright? The North Demon was also worried. Lin Xian said, Black Mountain, it's all thanks to you this time. Take a rest. I'll deal with the remaining people who escaped personally. Most of those who had escaped were young geniuses. Lin Xian believed that he would be able to kill them in the future. What about Brother Toad? Is he really not coming with us? The dark red dragon was disappointed. After all, he liked Toad very much. The two of them called each other brothers. Little White sighed. Yeah, Toad isn't coming. Who said that I'm not coming? Toad shouted and rushed out. Damn Toad! Where did you go? The dark red dragon captured Toad and brought him to the Great Sage Pagoda. Toad said, Isn't it because I'm your backer? Open the Roland's Golden Palace. Without me, he wouldn't have been able to borrow the power of the Roland's Golden Palace. Heishan's figure also appeared and entered the hall. Indeed, it's all thanks to this Toad. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to use my power just now. As he said that, he waved the jade Rui in his hand. Toad's eyes turned red. Damn, didn't we agree that I would help you open the Roland's Golden Palace and you would return this Rui? You old thing, how dare you go back on your words? Toad jumped up and wanted to fight. The dark red dragon advised, Forget it, brother. We can't beat him. Besides, he helped us this time. Just give him this jade. Toad said, What do you know? This jade has a great background. I'm afraid that he won't be able to eat it, and will stuff himself to death. The few of them were stunned. The dark red dragon said, That can't be. This old man is the remnant soul of the great sage. He can't even swallow it? He can't. Toad gritted his teeth and said, Even if you're the living great sage, you can't swallow it. It's best to return it. Everyone gasped when they heard this. Even Lin Xian was shocked. So, who is the sleeping existence in the Roland's Golden Palace? Could it be an existence that has surpassed the great sage? They didn't dare to imagine. Heishan seemed to have known about it. That was why he said that the little Toad had no intention of swallowing this jade. This Ruyu is currently sealed. As for me, I'm just a remnant soul. I'll borrow it for a period of time. When I recover, I will return this Yuru jade. You better keep your word. The Toad snorted coldly. The dark red divine dragon, Lin Xian, and the others were even more surprised when they heard this. Even Black Mountain was so polite. It seems that the existence in the Roland's Golden Palace is really something. Kid, what should we do next? The dark red divine dragon asked. Let's make a trip back to Wuxia City. They also streaked across the void and flew into the distance. At the same time, news of the celestial fate star spread throughout the starry sky. The entire second astral realm was in an uproar. Had the celestial fate star opened once more? Had those experts returned? Heavens, I wonder how many people have the chance to become Saint Kings this time. Countless people were excited. After all, this wasn't the first time they had come to the heavenly fate planet. They were familiar with the situation. They naturally knew that the most important thing was the future and destiny of these people. Soon the news spread. 9 Chilans had the destiny to become a Saint King. What surprised everyone? As expected of 9 Chilans, their bloodline was super strong. It seemed that in the future, they would be the next city lord of the 1,000 Demon City. Many people were moved. At the same time, more and more news spread. For example, Jian Chen of the Myriad Sword Pavilion also had the talent of a Saint King. These chief disciples were all too incredible. Yes, but a few of them died. What a pity. I heard that they were killed by Lin Wudi. No way, that Lin Wudi was too strong. What destiny did he have? These people were puzzled. Some people asked, Where's Lei Zhen? Why haven't I heard of Lei Zhen? I heard that Lei Zhen only has the destiny of a Saint King. But he has a slight chance of becoming a Saint Ninja King. But it seems that hope is fleeting. No way, Lei Zhen is so talented, but he can't become a Saint King with the soaring lightning body? What do you think? Is a Saint King cabbage? Not many chief disciples have this kind of talent. However, those people on the pilgrim list all have the destiny of becoming a Saint King. Not only that, I heard that Wan Jianyi has condensed a trace of the Milky Way. He has the possibility of becoming a great sage. This Wanjiani is really too terrifying. As for the other people, these warriors were all excited. This kind of discussion happened in every corner of the world. Gu Feng, that mysterious spatial powerhouse, seems to be the strongest. His Milky Way splendor is stronger than Wanjiani. It's not a problem to become a great sage. As expected of a spatial powerhouse, their bloodline talent is really too strong. The others would probably be suppressed by these two people. Not necessarily. I heard that Chao Tianxing didn't take the test at all. What, someone rejected? Why? There were many explanations, but no one knew. For a time, everyone was talking about Gu Feng and Wanjiani, because these two people's talents were too strong. Of course, there was also Chao Tianxing's name. Because this person is even stranger, he didn't even take the test. What's the reason? Apart from these three people, the most talked about was not Jianxin, nor was it nine-headed Qilin. It was Lin Wudi. Quickly tell me about Lin Wudi's situation? Yes. I heard that several chief disciples were killed by him. I heard that the 7 swords of Heavenly Mountain and the 10 great sword saints were killed by him. The people who returned from planet Tianming began to spread the news. The people of the second astral realm were stunned. The things that happened on planet Tianming were infinitely attractive to them. At this moment, after they heard about Lin Wudi, they were even more shocked. So powerful? This Lin Wudi is too strong. What kind of destiny is he? Not only that, I'll tell you more. Do you know the Golden Crow 7th Prince? Everyone nodded. Yes, that's the Golden Crow Crown Prince, the son of the Sage King. Such a powerful person was killed by Lin Wudi. Moreover, he was killed early on. 90% of the Golden Crow clan died. In the end, only 1 or 2 Golden Crows escaped. Heavens! Even the 7th Crown Prince died in his hands. Everyone went crazy. This battle record is too dazzling. Haha, I'll tell you another piece of news. Another expert had returned from the celestial fate planet. Do you know the Golden Pung of the 1,000 Demon City, the Fire Phoenix of the 10,000 Swords Pavilion, and the Peacock Race's expert? These are all super genius experts. Could it be that they were also killed by Lin Xian? That's right. At this moment, Lin Wudi's reputation seemed to have surpassed Gu Feng and the other two. It had reached an unbelievable level. It can't be helped. Gu Feng and the other two were geniuses on the pilgrim role. They were powerful and had long been deeply rooted in the hearts of the people. Therefore, no matter what earth-shattering things these three people did, they felt that it was natural. But Lin Xian was different. Lin Xian was a rising star. He was even the youngest among the chief disciples. Yet, one after another, the other party did things that shocked everyone's eyeballs. Chapter 4006. Now everyone wanted to know what Lin Wudi's destiny was. I guess it should be a Saint King. It was possible. After all, the 9 Qilins and Jianqin could all reach the Saint King level. He should be able to reach it too. Do you think it's possible for him to condense the glory of the galaxy? Some people guessed. Impossible. Even Wanjiani only had a slight possibility. The only one who could really do it was a spatial powerhouse. No matter how strong Lin Wudi was, it was impossible. Indeed, everyone kept nodding. They were looking forward to more news. Not long after, another piece of news came out. It was said that more than 10 holy cities had surrounded the Destiny Star and were besieging Lin Wudi. Lin Wudi was surrounded by so many holy city powerhouses. He would definitely die. Haha, he deserved it. Look at how many geniuses and powerhouses he had killed. It would be strange if he wasn't besieged. Some people exclaimed, while others gloated. Indeed, everyone counted and found that most of the powerhouses of the holy city had died in the hands of the other party. How could the people of the holy city tolerate it? It was over. He would definitely die. Even if he didn't die, he would be skinned alive. Everyone was discussing. There was also news. Do you know why these people were chasing him? Revenge was one reason. And another reason was that Lin Wudi was abandoned by the heavens. His destiny had no future. What was going on? Abandoned by the heavens? What the hell was that? The people of the second astral realm were stunned. They had heard of many holy venerables, saint kings, and even the great sage's destiny. But they had never heard of a person abandoned by the heavens. Idiot, you still don't understand? Heaven and earth didn't tolerate him. He was abandoned by the heavens. When this news came out, everyone was in an uproar. Lin Wuti was abandoned by heaven and earth? They almost spat out a mouthful of blood. So many powerhouses and geniuses had died in the hands of the other party. The other party was simply a chosen one. How could he be abandoned by the heavens? They didn't believe this news at all. However, there were many people who watched the destiny test back then. Some saints even came back alive. As the news spread, everyone became suspicious. No way. They heard that the emissaries inside had attacked and killed Lin Wuti. Then how did he survive? There was another expert behind Lin Wuti. What kind of destiny did Lin Wuti have? What? Lin Wuti's heavens will surpass the brilliance of the galaxy. What was a heaven illuminator? It sounded so domineering. As for some details, they were also exposed. They knew that the splendor of the galaxy had reached the level of the great sage. This heaven illuminator was above the great sage. Countless people cried out in alarm. They heard Lin Xian's phantom receiving the worship of countless worlds. Then, blood dyed the sky red. Lin Xian's illusion was enveloped by endless blood, forming a huge blood circle between heaven and earth. Kill. It was said that at that time, the bronze emissary was alerted. The dead bronze emissary wanted to kill Lin Xian. In the end, Lin Xian was only able to escape because of the protection of an expert. It can't be right? What on earth did this guy do that the heavens and earth couldn't tolerate him? He had killed too many people. He reckoned that he had angered the heavenly Tao. Some people discussed and guessed. However, there were also people who were alarmed. Lin Wuti's talent was above the great sages. Could it be that he was a young great emperor? When these words came out, everyone was terrified. Now they finally understood why. The sacred cities wanted to kill him. If he was allowed to grow, the future would be unimaginable. Quickly go and investigate the situation near planet Tianming. These people were all excited. When the people of Peerless City heard the news, they were even more furious. They all moved out. Soon the news spread. There were mountains of corpses and seas of blood around planet Tianming. Countless saints had died, and many corpses of minor saints were found. Was the battle so intense? Was Lin Wuti dead? That was what they were most concerned about. But soon he saw Lei Zhen the 9 Qilins, and the others fleeing in panic. Even Wan Jiani, Yu Quan, and the others on the sacred rankings ran back with pale faces. They were all heavily injured. This scene caused an uproar in the astral plane. So many geniuses were injured. It's over. I feel that Lin Wuti is going to turn the tables. On this day, another piece of news spread. Many sacred cities joined forces and returned in defeat. More than 90% of the saints were dead. Only a few geniuses and a few saints returned alive. The others were soaked in blood in the void. Was this Lin Wuti's doing? Everyone went crazy. Was the other party already this strong? No, it wasn't Lin Wuti. Didn't I say that there was an expert behind Lin Wuti, who could injure the bronze envoy? It was said that the people of the Heavenly Tao Union were also protecting him. Perhaps it was these two experts who did it. Did the people of the Heavenly Tao Union also appear? It seemed that some of the sacred cities couldn't act rashly. That was because if Sage Wang Ran attacked and killed such a young genius, no one would be able to stop him. However, even if he killed him now, he had to think about the consequences. It was very likely that the holy city had been destroyed by someone. Even if the Sage Kings didn't take action, the other experts could. I also heard that someone wanted to kill Lin Wuti. After all, the Golden Crow race and the Peacock race weren't pushovers. There was even a phoenix that died in the hands of the other party. How could the 10,000 ancient races let this matter go? In the second star realm, because of Lin Xian, the situation was stirred up. Previously Gu Feng, Player 1 Chao Tianxing, and the others' names had been suppressed by him. Not to mention Yu Quan, Mo Xiao, and the others. Basically no one mentioned them. After those people received the news, they almost vomited blood. Their limelight had been snatched away by a single person. Limitless sect. Chao Tianxing had returned a long time ago. He said to pay close attention to Lin Wudi's news. If there was any movement, report it to him. After saying that, he went into seclusion. In the 10,000 Swords Pavilion, Jiancheng and Wang Jiani had also returned. Wang Jiani's face was frighteningly sinister. That damned kid really didn't know life from death. If I don't break through, I won't come out. Junior brother, don't worry about it. Come out when you become a minor saint. Wang Jiani and Jiancheng were both in seclusion. In fact, they weren't the only ones. Mo Xiao, Qin Xiener, Yu Quan, and the others were also in seclusion. Lei Zhen and the 9 Qilins were also in seclusion when they returned. They were first treated by the sect, and then went into seclusion. These people had all gone crazy. They were training like crazy. Firstly, they were indeed stimulated by Lin Xian. Lin Xian's strength made them jealous. Secondly, they had received too many summons from the heavenly fate star. Although they had gone into seclusion before, they couldn't cultivate wholeheartedly in that kind of place. Therefore, when they returned, the first thing they did was to enter seclusion. They wanted to completely absorb and refine the fortune they had obtained. As expected, more and more experts came back to seclusion. Therefore, the news about Lin Xian didn't increase. Chapter 4007. There were also some seniors who hadn't entered the celestial fate planet. And they also had designs on Lin Xian. After all, he was so strong, and he must have obtained more fortunes. They wanted to snatch some fortunes from him. Wuxia City immediately issued a warning. They forbade the seniors from making a move, or they would chase him to the ends of the earth. At the same time, the Heavenly Fragrance Pavilion and the Kunlun Pavilion also announced that they would work together to protect Lin Xian. Everyone was surprised. It seemed that Lin Wudi wasn't without friends. However, most of the saints sneered, because Lin Wudi had more enemies. In the distant starry sky, a crazy roar suddenly came from a sun. Damn it! The nearby planetary systems all heard it. In fact, some of the planets in the vicinity suddenly cracked, unable to withstand the power of the explosion. This was the power of a Saint King. The saint spirits in the starry sky trembled. They knew that it was the Golden Crow Saint King. The Golden Crow Prince and most of the Golden Crows had died on the celestial fate planet, which naturally angered the Golden Crows. Sure enough, the next day, the Golden Crows sent out peerless experts. 7 minor saints left the Golden Crows and flew to different places in the universe to search for Lin Wudi. At the same time, a powerful sword saint from the 10,000 Swords Pavilion also made a move. He was also a minor saint called the Blood Sword Saint. He belonged to the Path of Slaughter. The Demon City and the Great Desolation Mansion both sent out minor saints. This was because they had learned that Lin Wudi's strength was enough to contend with a level 5 peak. Therefore, a 5th heavenly layer saint was simply not enough. If they were too strong, they would probably anger the people behind them. Therefore, they felt that it was very appropriate to send out minor saints. Firstly, they could suppress the opponent in terms of cultivation, and they wouldn't be afraid of angering the super experts. They could kill the opponent in a reasonable way, and the others wouldn't have anything to say. Many people couldn't find Lin Wudi at all, and speculated that he must have returned to Wuxia City. Therefore, they returned to Wuxia City and didn't kill him. They waited for him to come. In the sky, a pitch-black starry sky was flowing continuously. This time, the heavenly demon overturn was the territory of the heavenly demons. At this moment, the witch was both excited and nervous. Pieces of information gathered in his or her hands. She quickly spread the news throughout the Heavenly Fiend clan. The experts and elders of the Heavenly Fiend clan were incomparably shocked. The 4 great protectors were alarmed. Is the patriarch out? What happened to the ancestor? What kind of destiny was this? They were excited. Was the patriarch abandoned by the heavens? Nonsense. Don't listen to his nonsense. How could our old ancestor be someone abandoned by the heavens? The ancestor was the great sage's mandate of heaven? Furthermore, there was a possibility that he was stronger than the great sage. Didn't that mean there was a possibility of him becoming a great emperor? The members of the Heaven Devil race were all stupefied. Was the old ancestor already so powerful? No, it's that brat. That brat's bloodline talent is super strong. That's great. Our ancestor has really found a good body this time. The patriarch was being chased by so many people from the holy city? Damn it, do they want to die? These people from the heaven devil race were infuriated. Go and save the patriarch. They were both shocked and stunned. They felt as if their emotions were as hot and cold as ice. It was truly too torturous. What was going on now? No one knew where Lin Xian was. They only knew that many holy city had sent little saints to hunt him down. Damn it. Did they really think that the heaven devil race had no one? Go, send the 4 great demon saints to intercept those people. Don't hold back, just kill them. Soon, the 4 little saints from the heaven devil race left quickly. The 4 great demon saints. On the other side, Peerless City had also sent people. This time they sent 3 people. Apart from Fu Hongye, the other 2 were second-generation disciples. Their strength was very strong. All 3 of them had reached the Little Saint realm. Similarly, they began to snipe the enemy after they went out. For a time, there were battles breaking out in the second astral realm from time to time. Heavens! A little saint from the Thunder God City was killed by someone? The news instantly caused a great commotion. Who was it? Was it Lin Wudi who did it? No, it could be someone from the devil race. It was said that the place where the little saint from Thunder God died was filled with demonic chi. It was abnormally terrifying. Everyone gasped. At the same time, another piece of news came out. A little saint from the Great Desolation Prefecture was killed by someone. A red leaf was left at the place where he died. It was Fu Hongye. It seemed that Peerless City had also made their move after the Heaven Devil race. It caused the crowd to scream in horror. Soon another piece of news came out. A little saint from the Golden Crow race was killed again. Another red leaf fell. This Fu Hongye was too strong. Even a little saint from the Golden Crow race was no match for him. How strong was he? These people had gone crazy. After the Golden Crow race received the news, they were also furious and sent another 5 little saints. For a time, the atmosphere became even more tense. However, the Saint Kings had not made their move yet. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. It seemed that at this level, even the news of Lin Wudi could not alarm them. Of course, most of them knew that the Saint Kings could not make their move at will. After all, such people were the overlords of the stars. Once they made their move, no one would be able to resist them. If the Saint Kings made their move on their juniors, it would definitely cause panic among the other saints. By then, there would be a great war between the saints. None of the saints' juniors would survive. Therefore, the Saint Kings were not allowed to make a move on those below the Saint King level. This was the tacit rule. In fact, Saint Venerables and Little Saints were the same. Basically, they would not make a move on their juniors. However, this time, Lin Xian was an exception. He, a 5th heaven cultivator, had attracted the attention of a little saint. There was no one left on the celestial fate planet. However, at this time, a mysterious cave suddenly appeared below. Following that, a beautiful figure rushed out. She finally made it. She was almost sealed here. The beautiful figure was none other than Xinjingqiu. At this moment, Xinjingqiu was covered in a layer of mysterious light. Her strength had reached the peak of the 5th heaven. It seemed that she could enter the Little Saint realm at any time. It was really incredible. This realm was stronger than the 9-headed Qilin, Jianchen, and the others. It seemed that she was very close to the Little Saint realm. Xinjingqiu streaked across the void and left. The celestial fate planet was about to be sealed again. It would open again after 500 years. However, at this moment, the bronze envoy stood in the depths of the celestial fate planet. He exuded an extremely terrifying killing intent. A person abandoned by heaven, and a Permetha flower appeared. It looked like he had to be killed. Right now he is still in hibernation. We cannot make a move easily. Furthermore, the deity Dao Union's people might target us. It looked like we could only think of a way to kill him with a borrowed knife. That fellow should have offended several holy cities. It looked like we needed those holy cities to make a move to deal with this problem. The bronze envoy smiled coldly. The other party would not live for long. Eventually, the celestial fate planet closed again. A beam of light streaked across the starry heavens. That was a black spirit ship, the Black Earth. Lin Xian and the others sat cross-legged on it. In the past few days, they had received a lot of news. Their expressions were incredibly cold. These holy cities were still unwilling to give up. To think that they sent out so many little saints to kill them. No, I can't return to Matchless City now. Lin Xian guessed that Wushuang City had to pass through a place filled with murderous traps. If he returned, he would be walking right into a trap. Chapter 4008. Kid, where are we going? It's not safe to keep drifting in the universe. If they were discovered, they would be hunted down again. Indeed, although they had the Great Sage Pagoda's defense, it was still unpleasant to be hunted down. No one thought about it and said, "Come, let's go to the Sky Devil race." These people wouldn't expect him to go to the Sky Devil race. Therefore, they flew quickly. When they arrived at the Sky Devil covered area, the people of the Sky Devil race were stunned. Soon they burst into cheers. "Patriarch, you're here." Lin Xian, the North Demon, the Dark Red Divine Dragon, and the Toad stood there. Black Mountain had already entered seclusion. This time, he had also obtained many fortunes on planet Tianming. It seemed that he was going to carry out his grand plan, his resurrection plan. He wanted to truly come back to life. Lin Xian didn't disturb him and let him cultivate in peace. He wouldn't disturb him unless it was a matter of life and death. The current Sky Devil race was really huge. The 4 great guardian elders stood at the front, and behind them was a dense crowd of Sky Devil race experts. It was a terrifying sight. Oh my heavens, what are they trying to do? The Toad almost ran away in fear. Did this kid offend these Sky Devil race people? Haha, brother, you don't understand, right? They're on our side. On our side? The Toad was stunned. Oh my heavens, does this kid have the Sky Devil race as his backing? Isn't that too powerful? Welcome back, Patriarch. With the 4 great guardians in the lead, the people of the Sky Devil race all knelt on the ground. At this moment, no matter if you were a saint venerable or a small saint, everyone was prostrating on the ground. Even the North Demon, the Dark Red Divine Dragon, and the others swallowed their saliva. This scene was too spectacular. Lin Xian was also excited. His face regained its coldness. It was an unruly and arrogant expression that looked down on the world. After all, he still had to pretend to be the Sky Devil race's patriarch. Yes. The people of the Sky Devil race all stood up and looked forward. They were unusually excited. Patriarch, rumor has it that you've reached the level of Heaven Illuminator, and that your future destiny is above the Great Sage. Is that true? That's right, Forefather. Isn't our Sky Demon clan about to soar? Even the 4 great protectors were excited. Old Ancestor, those people still dared to slander you as someone who was abandoned by the heavens. They really deserve to die. Do you want me to go out and kill them? The corner of Lin Xian's mouth twitched. Who were these people? They were even crazier than him. He said that he was not exaggerating. However, becoming a great sage was not a problem. Lin Xian had learned to be smart now. It was time for him to keep a low profile. After all, the 2 words Great Emperor were too stimulating. If word got out, all the holy cities would want to kill him. But even the great sage was enough to excite the Sky Demons so much that they almost fainted. After all, if the Sky Demons were to produce a great god, the Sky Demon race would definitely be a god. In that case, they would be emperor-like existences in the 2nd astral realm. It was above all the sacred cities. Lin Xian sighed in his heart. Just a great sage was enough to make these people so crazy. If he really told them about what happened yesterday, if he told them about it, these old things would probably die of excitement. Alright, you guys go up. I'm going into seclusion. Don't disturb me. These are my friends. Treat them well. In the future, seeing them is like seeing me. We will follow your orders. These people said respectfully. Then they stared at the North Demon and the others, imprinting their faces in their minds. They would definitely obey the Forefather's words. Little White jumped out and said, "Eat spirit fruits and spirit wine. Go and prepare." Lin Xian shouted coldly. As for him, he led his people toward the demonic palace. Not long after they entered, piles and piles of spirit wine and spirit fruits were sent over. Little White's eyes narrowed into crescents. Fuck, this treatment is too good. Toad's eyes were red and he was drooling. I want it too. I want to test the golden crow, roast the phoenix, and roast the true dragon. With a slap, the dark red dragon slapped over. You dare to eat a dragon? Toad wiped his saliva. Brother, it was a slip of the tongue. Lin Xian shook his head and ignored the three. Instead, he said to the North Demon, cultivate here. You can have anything you want. And it was very safe. Next, Lin Xian and the North Demon began to cultivate in seclusion. The Toad, Dark Red Dragon, and Little White began to digest all kinds of spirit wine. The three of them were all demonic beasts, and their bloodlines were very special. Basically, they just needed to eat natural treasures. Lin Xian and the North Demon couldn't do that. They still had to refine. And in order to prevent their cultivation from becoming unstable, they had to consolidate it. Lin Xian's harvest this time was too rich. He had condensed several types of laws, and his cultivation had reached mid-stage 5th heavenly layer. Now the most important thing was to consolidate his cultivation. His cultivation had been unstable all this time. At this moment, he had to consolidate it. Some of the laws had to be refined again. Just like that, Lin Xian began to cultivate in seclusion in the demonic palace. The people in the outside world searched frantically, but they couldn't find him at all. They even suspected that Lin Xian was still alive. He couldn't have returned to Wuxia City, right? Impossible. The people of the holy city gritted their teeth. Gradually a news spread. It was very likely that Lin Xian and the experts of the holy city had perished together. When this news came out, it caused an uproar. Such an expert with the talent of a great emperor was going to die? They didn't dare to believe it. However, there was really no news of Lin Xian at all, which made them suspicious. Wuxia City was also worried. They frantically sent people to look for him. Kunlun Pavilion and Heavenly Fragrance Pavilion also took action. At the same time, a piece of news spread, causing the second astral realm to be shocked. It turned out that someone had successfully crossed the 6th heavenly layer and reached the small saint realm. Who was it? Nineheads Qilin? Or Jianchen? It could also be Lei Zhen. Everyone discussed, guessing who the chief disciples were. However, they found that none of them were the chief disciples. The news came from the Spirit Clan. The first person to break through to the small saint realm was the saintess of the Spirit Clan, Shen Jingqiu. When this news came out, everyone was in an uproar. Shen Jingqiu, she actually became a small saint in advance. It was too unbelievable. Because there was no news of Shen Jingqiu in the news before. There was even news of Gao Yuan, Bai Luo Li Hongxiu, Morong Qingcheng, but there was no news of Shen Jingqiu. For a time, people thought that she had fallen. The people of the Spirit Clan were also in despair. But today their saintess came back. Moreover, she came back with the cultivation base of the 5th heavenly layer. After 3 months of seclusion, she directly broke through to the small saint realm. This shocked the Spirit Clan. And this news spread quickly. It shocked everyone in the second astral realm. Although small saint was nothing in the eyes of some holy city, she was the first young person to break through to the small saint realm. She was faster than Jianchen, Nineheads Qilin and the others. This showed that Shen Jingqiu's talent was absolutely superb. What kind of summoning did she receive? What kind of destiny did she have? All kinds of guesses were made. Chapter 4009. However, they found that there was no news about Shen Jingqiu in the entire heavenly fate star. This made them very puzzled. The people of Wuxia City were also surprised. They quickly sent people to the Spirit Clan to investigate. The people of Wuxia City went to the Spirit Clan and found that Shen Jingqiu was still in seclusion. The entire Spirit Clan treated her respectfully. But soon the people of Wuxia City also left. They came to check on Shen Jingqiu's safety. Moreover, they were puzzled because they had entered the heavenly fate star. They didn't meet Shen Jingqiu and didn't know what had happened. Now that Shen Jingqiu was in seclusion, they could only wait until she came out of seclusion to ask. Time passed slowly. Half a year had passed. Shen Jingqiu hadn't come out of seclusion yet. It seemed that she wouldn't come out in a short time. However, another news came from the second astral realm, which caused an uproar. It turned out that another person had broken through to the small saint realm. This time it was Lei Zhen. This Lei Zhen was really amazing. They didn't expect that he would compete with Jianqun, the nine-headed Qilin, and the others. He broke through in advance. It was said that his heavenly fate star was only a saint venerable. It was very difficult for him to enter the Saint King realm. I guess he must have been provoked. Knowing shame and courage, maybe this trace could really create a miracle. Exclamations came one after another. The people of Thunder God City were also in a good mood. And there was also news that Jianqun, the nine-headed Qilin, and the others were in seclusion. These people wouldn't come out if they didn't reach the small saint realm. However, their pursuit of Lin Xian had never stopped. These people set up an ambush on the road that Wuxia City had to pass through. But after waiting for so long, they didn't see anyone at all. They had to change their strategy. Lin Wudi also had many friends around him. If they could catch a few of them, they could make him come out. The dragon and the man of the demon clan didn't see them. They could only attack others. Didn't he have a few women? Why did he make a move on those women? These people of the sacred city began to have other plans. However, the women around Lin Xian had extraordinary identities. They didn't dare to assassinate them. They had other ways. On this day, the elders of the Myriad Sword Pavilion went to the Kunlun Pavilion with treasures. At the same time, the news also came out. God, have you heard? The people of the Myriad Sword Pavilion went to the Kunlun Pavilion. There was such a thing. It seemed like the 10,000 Swords Pavilion was representing Jianqun to request the Kunlun Pavilion Saintess Morong Qingcheng. This Jianqun was incredible. He was as strong as Lin Wudi, wasn't he? In the future, they Jingwei many. However, there were also some people who frowned. Why do I sense a hint of a conspiracy? Sect YYYF there and you these people discussed animatedly. But soon, they cried out in alarm again. It turned out that the elders of the Myriad Demon City went to the Heavenly Fragrance Pavilion with treasures. They heard that they were proposing to the nine-headed Qilin, and the person they were proposing to was Li Hongxiu. This scene naturally made people suck in a breath of cold air. Li Hongxiu had an extraordinary relationship with Lin Wudi. What were these people trying to do? It seemed that they wanted to lure Lin Wudi out. In an instant, everyone understood. At the same time, Thunder God City also made a move. The elders of Thunder God City went to the Spirit Clan with treasures to propose to Xinjingqiu. This scene caused an uproar again. Xinjingqiu was a disciple of Wuxia City, and she had a close relationship with Lin Xian. Not ordinary. The women around Lin Xian had all been proposed to by other holy cities. They definitely wanted to lure Lin Wudi out. It seemed that these holy cities really had no choice. They actually came up with such a move. This move was too ruthless. They just didn't know if that kid would come out. They still had to see if those holy cities would agree. Everyone was paying close attention. The people of Wuxia City were also anxious. They sent people to negotiate. In the end, Kunlun Pavilion and Heavenly Fragrance Pavilion directly refused. However, the Spirit Clan didn't immediately express their attitude. The news spread. It was said that the people of the Spirit Clan had a secret meeting with the elders of Thunder God City. It seemed that they might agree. 7 days later, the news spread. The Spirit Clan really agreed. As soon as this news came out, the second astral realm was in an uproar. Xinjingqiu was originally very famous. The Holy Lady of the Spirit Clan had an extraordinary status. She was very talented and beautiful. She was pursued by countless young talents. Now, she was the first to break through to become a small saint. Her future was limitless. Lei Zhen had long been famous in the second astral realm. Although this time Tianming wasn't the top one. But he was an existence that countless people looked up to, especially Lei Zhen, who was the second to break through to become a small saint. He was even more popular. Now these two were going to be married? For a moment, many people exclaimed. In Wuxia City, Shui Tianqin, Wang Xiaofeng and the others frowned. Impossible. How could senior sister Jingqiu agree to that guy? Where's senior brother Lin? Why hasn't senior brother Lin come out yet? They were extremely anxious. They didn't expect that Lei Zhen would succeed. Demon City, Myriad Sword Pavilion, Great Desolate Mansion, Acheron Palace and the others were also very surprised. They sneered. Originally, they wanted to use this opportunity to lure Lin Xian out. Although they failed, as long as one of them succeeded, it would be fine. Lin Wuди would definitely come out after receiving the news. What they wanted to do was to spread this news throughout the second astral realm. Every corner. Next, these sacred cities would operate behind the scenes. The news spread quickly. In the end, the heavenly demon covering region also knew. The witch held the news in her hand and frowned slightly. She took the news and came to the heavenly demon palace. Looking at the closed door in front of her, she hesitated. She didn't know if she should report it. Inside the heavenly demon palace, the dark red divine dragon and the toad sensed the situation outside. They opened the door. "Oh, it's a little beauty. Why are you looking for me?" The toad drooled. The dark red divine dragon poked its head out and asked, "Why do I look at your expression? Is there any news outside?" The witch also knew that although these two demonic beasts were arrogant, but after all, they were the people around their patriarch. They didn't dare to offend them. She took a deep breath and passed the jade slip in her hand over. She said that the information she had gathered. Shen Jingqiu and Lei Zhen had both broken through to the Little Saint realm. Shen Jingqiu was the first to break through to the Little Saint realm, which caused a lot of shock. And recently Thunder God City, Myriad Sword Pavilion, and Myriad Demon City. They proposed marriage to Shen Jingqiu Li Hongxiu and Morong Qingcheng. Among them, Heavenly Fragrance Pavilion and Kunlun Pavilion refused. However, the Spirit Clan agreed. Chapter 40:10. What? Hearing this, the dark red dragon jumped up. Originally, he was quite happy when he heard that Shen Jingqiu was the first to break through to the small saint realm. But when he heard this news, he immediately frowned in anger. Damn it! Does that brat Lei Zhen want to die? It seemed that he was so reckless when I spared his life last time. What's going on? The toad was also surprised. The dark red dragon said that Shen Jingqiu was Lin Fan's woman, and others dared to touch her. Fuck. Oh, kick him to death. Let's go and meet that Lei Zhen? It's useless. As far as I know, Lei Zhen is still in seclusion. The demoness in front side. I've already sent the news. You'd better tell the ancestor. If there's anything we need to do, we'll do it immediately. Alright, I got it. You can leave first. The dark red dragon waved his claws and closed the door of the demonic palace again. He raised his head and looked forward. There were many blood-red lights surrounding Xian. It seemed that his cultivation had entered the most important juncture. We can't disturb him now, so the three of us will go and check the situation. Let's see if this is the idea of the Spirit Clan, or the little girl of the Shen family. Okay. The toad nodded, a little excited. They could make a big fuss. Little White, let's go together. The dark red dragon called out. Little White shook its head. Yeah, I'm not going. The dark red dragon laughed at the side. Let me tell you, this time we can steal a lot of heavenly treasures and spirit fruits. Maybe there's even good wine. Yeah, really? Big bad dragon, don't lie to me. That's for sure, I swear on my character. The toad and the dark god dragon tricked Whitey into leaving as well. Not only did the three of them leave, but they also took the void beast skin. They boarded the black earth and left the demonic-covered region. They went to the Spirit Clan. The Spirit Clan. These days, it was incomparably lively. After all, the saintess of the Spirit Clan was going to get married in 3 months. However, there were also some people who were worried and frowning. It didn't seem good to do so. Qiu Er was a core disciple of Wushuang City. Should we ask for Wushuang City's opinion? However, there were also many people who objected. At most, Qiu Er could just leave Peerless City. There was no need for that. Qiu Er was only an insignificant core disciple inside. However, if she could marry Lei Zhen, then her status would definitely change. Achieve meteoric success. In the future, she might even become the city lord's wife. That's right. Furthermore, this time around, the conditions offered by the Thunder God City were truly too generous. We were truly unable to refuse them. Lei Shencheng was really going all out this time. That was to promise the Spirit Clan that 2 people would be allowed to enter the holy city to cultivate every year. To a clan, this was a huge temptation. One had to know that in the second astral realm, there were countless clans and forces. There were also many clans like the Spirit Clan. Even if they gathered the strength of their entire clan, they might not be able to send a single person into the holy city. But now there were 2 spots every year. It was like a pie falling from the sky. And the only price to pay was to marry Shen Jingqiu to Lei Zhen. This was a piece of cake for them. Firstly, Shen Jingqiu wasn't related to them by blood. She was just an outsider who had become a leftover woman. Hence, this was a very good deal. However, what about Lin Wudi? Don't forget that the Holy Lady and Lin Wudi were on very good terms. If Lin Wudi knew about this, what would we do if he came to settle the score with us? He had killed too many saints. Now he was almost invincible below the small saint level. So what? Rumor had it that he was abandoned by the heavens. The heavens didn't tolerate him. What future did he have? Furthermore, even if that wasn't the case, do you think she could continue living? How many holy cities wanted to kill him? How many powerhouses wanted to obtain his destiny? Didn't you see that he didn't even dare to show his face now? He was probably hiding somewhere. What hope did such a person have? Let's place our bets on Lei Zhen. More and more voices sounded. Evidently, they had all chosen Lei Zhen and given up on Lin Xian. Of course, this was their own decision. Because the most important person, Shen Jingqiu, was still in seclusion and hadn't come out yet. Hence, it could be said that they didn't know anything about this marriage. Outside the spirit clan that appeared was the dark red divine dragon, and the other 2. The spirit clan should be below. The 3 of them looked down. Haha, I can't wait any longer. Whitey also hugged the treasure bowl and squeaked. I can feel that there are many heavenly treasures waiting for me. The little guy was also eager to try. The dark red divine dragon said, "Be careful. We'll use the void beast skin to hide. Otherwise, we'll be in danger if we're discovered." The 3 of them kept the black earth, put on the void beast skin, and quietly sneaked into the spirit clan. They found out that the majority of the people supported the marriage alliance. Even if there were a small number of people who opposed it, they were suppressed at this moment. They went to find the Shen family's girl. After looking around, they heard something again. These people found that Shen Jingqiu was still in seclusion. What's going on? I'm puzzled. The toad was depressed. It originally wanted to see what the legendary girl looked like. The dark red divine dragon said. It seemed that this matter had nothing to do with the Shen family's girl. She probably didn't know. It should be the spirit clan who made the decision. If the spirit clan really wants to die, do you want to make a move? I'll make a fuss. The toad wants to make a move. The dark red divine dragon said. Don't make a move. Let's find out first and steal the heavenly treasures. Leave the matter of making a move to that kid. The 3 of them laughed and then began to collect wantonly. Whitey was in charge. Whitey was the most sensitive to heavenly treasures, so it knew where the best things were. The toad was in charge of keeping watch. The dark red divine dragon was in charge of breaking the array. And then they began to collect. Some arrays that were difficult to break were directly collected with the treasure bowl. It could be said that they returned with a full load. The black earth almost couldn't hold it anymore. Let's go. They put on the void beast skin and quietly left. Not long after they left, the people of the spirit clan screamed. The experts in charge of guarding the treasury fainted in fright. What's going on? Not good. Our treasury was stolen. Damn it. The spiritual herb garden was also destroyed. My sacred pill. These people screamed crazily. The entire spirit clan was in chaos. In the end, they found that all the treasures they usually kept had been stolen. Damn it, who was it? Who was it? They actually dared to come and make a move at this time. Moreover, what made them want to vomit blood was that they didn't find a single suspicious person at all. This was really a silent loss. Chapter 40:11. Ha 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 ha. Outside, Toad and the other 2 were laughing crazily. It felt great. This time, they were returning from a fruitful trip. Hurry up and eat. We are going to break through to the minor saint realm. The 3 of them were devouring crazily. Their bloodline, Fei Fan, needed a huge amount of resources to evolve. Are we going back? The toad asked with its legs crossed as it enjoyed the heavenly treasures. Damn it. Those people from Thunder God City are too arrogant. Why don't we go and have a look? The 3 of them changed their direction again, and headed towards Thunder God City. They lingered for a long time, but they didn't dare to enter, because Thunder God City was guarded by a Saint King. With their cultivation, they couldn't hide at all. Therefore, they were preparing to take action against some of the forces under Thunder God City. As a saint city, Thunder God City had many planets under its control. Therefore, they looted 3 of the worlds. Once again, they were returning from a fruitful trip. Those 3 worlds were in chaos. Some elders of Thunder God City were so angry that they vomited blood. Let's go to Spirit Clan again. It's almost time. Let's go to Spirit Clan and meet up with that kid. The 3 of them drove the Black Earth and set off again. On the other side, in Demonic Palace, Lin Xian's body was shining brighter and brighter. Finally, with a boom, his body was glowing like a golden god of war. He too opened his eyes. Great! He had broken through. His physique had broken through again. Although he was only at the mid-5th heavenly layer, his physique had entered the minor saint realm. Those below the minor saint realm couldn't hurt his physique. They couldn't even get past his defense. As for the minor saint realm, Lin Xian could also fight against them with his powerful physique. His strength had undergone an earth-shattering change compared to before. Beside him, the northern demon was also awakened by the vibration. The towering divine tree behind him entered his body and disappeared. He started to fight. The aura on his body became stronger. Moreover, Lin Xian could feel that the northern demon had a powerful life force. He knew that the northern demon also had a powerful bloodline. His defense might not be as good as his divine body, but his physique was much stronger than his life force and survival rate. He was like a cockroach that couldn't be killed. It would be a war of attrition, and many of his opponents would be exhausted to death. Where are Ruffian Long and the others? When Lin Xian woke up, he found that the entire hall was much quieter. This shouldn't be the case. Given the personalities of those 3 fellows, they should have been in a mess long ago. Northern Devil was confused as well. He said there was a message for us. They found a jade slip on the ground. North Demon took one and checked it. Then his expression changed. What's wrong? Lin Xian asked. Something big has happened. Hurry and take a look. The northern monster hurriedly handed the jade slip over. Then he checked the second jade slip. Lin Xian didn't understand what was going on. After receiving it, his face quickly darkened. Damn it, does Lei Zhen want to die? The information inside was naturally collected by the witch, which was the information about the marriage alliance. Lin Xian was completely enraged after reading it. The second brother's jade slip was left behind by Ruffian Long and the others. Those 3 had already gone to the spirit race ahead of time. 3 months. It was about time for him to reach his destination. We hurried away. The 2 of them left the demonic palace. Northern Devil frowned. Not only was it almost time, but it was also too late. What should we do? Well, we can use the demonic formation. The demonic clan used to be a sacred city. Although they no longer had a saint king, they were much stronger than ordinary clans. Therefore, they had a strong foundation. They still had this kind of teleportation formation. It could directly open a spatial gate and teleport people over a long distance. Lin Xian was going to use it now. Hearing that Lin Xian was going to leave again, the people of the demonic clan surrounded him. Patriarch, are you going to leave? Lin Xian said coldly. I've told you not to meddle in my affairs. Yes, Patriarch, we understand. Patriarch, do you need help? Lin Xian thought for a while, then nodded and said, bring 2 little saints. 2 of the stronger ones just need to follow us in the dark. Without my order, don't show yourself. We'll make preparations now. While sending people to activate the formation, they also chose 2 experts from the demonic palace. Both of them were little saints. One of them was a mid-stage little saint while the other was a late-stage little saint. There should be no problem with the 2 of them. Soon the teleportation was completed. Lin Xian, Northern Devil, and the 2 little saints boarded the formation. They set the location as near the Spirit Clan. Then the teleportation formation was activated and they disappeared. The time limit of 3 months was almost up. The Spirit Clan was very lively at the moment. In the second astral realm, many clans had started to prepare for the wedding. After all, Lingzhu was also a big clan. Moreover, The person they were going to marry was a top genius like Leijin. Even if they didn't want to make friends with the Spirit Clan, they had to curry favor with the Thunder God City. Moreover, they heard that in addition to the Thunder God City, the Myriad Sword Pavilion, Acheron Palace, and other sacred cities would also send people to attend the wedding. With so many sacred cities together, it was really a grand occasion. The people of the Spirit Clan were very excited. They had never received so many big clans before. All of this originated from this marriage. Therefore, they must do it well. From now on, the Spirit Clan could really rise to another level. The Spirit Clan also occupied a world with rich spiritual veins. The Spirit Clan was the clan that was best at finding spiritual veins of heaven and earth. They could also nourish spiritual veins themselves. Therefore, the place where the Spirit Clan was located was really a holy place for cultivation. When some of the guests from the starry sky arrived and felt the aura here, they were all amazed. No wonder the Spirit Clan was so powerful. This was simply the best place for cultivation. Yes, in a few thousand years, they might be able to cultivate a sage king. It would immediately become a sacred city. Fellow Taoists, you are too courteous. The elders and young geniuses of the Spirit Clan were accompanying these important guests. Among them, Ling Lianhua and the others were also present. They were already very excited. Previously, these people were all against Shen Jingqiu. At this moment, they were also excited and gloating over her misfortune. Firstly, the status of the Spirit Clan could be improved. Secondly, Shen Jingqiu would definitely leave after the marriage. At that time, no one would stop them. Perhaps she could also become a saintess. Thinking of this, how could Ling Lianhua not be excited? As the time approached, more and more experts from the clans arrived. Those from the other sacred cities had not arrived yet. Everyone guessed that the other sacred cities would only arrive on the same day. The dark red divine dragon and the toad had also arrived. They were wearing void beast skins and strolling around the world. Damn, they actually attracted so many people. Damn it, these people are too opportunistic, aren't they? When the time comes, I will let them know what regret is. Little White was a little bored and dozed off. He was only interested in the treasures of heaven and earth. Those from the Starry Sky clans and experts who came were in groups of 3 to 5. They were either exchanging greetings or talking about the recent events. They were talking about the geniuses and heroes of the world. Look, the princess of the New Moon clan is here. She is not comparable to Shen Jingqiu in terms of beauty and talent. Someone exclaimed. Chapter 40:12. A group of people came from the New Moon clan. The one leading them was a beautiful woman. She rode on a crescent moon and descended. Soon countless people surrounded her. They wanted to please her, but Gao Yu was cold and arrogant. It's this girl. The toad gasped and blinked. The dark red dragon also said, she's here too. Look at her aura. She's also at the peak of the 5th heavenly layer. She's probably not far from breaking through to the small saint realm. It's amazing that the destined star can shorten the time for these geniuses to break through by so many years. Indeed, under normal circumstances, these people would need hundreds or even hundreds of years to break through to the small saint realm. But now they could break through in a few years or months. It's really a great fortune. I wonder if the crown prince of the New Moon clan is here. Rumor has it that he's about to break through to the small saint realm. Everyone was discussing. Princess New Moon is still so beautiful. I wonder when I can snatch her away. A few people in the crowd laughed coldly. The others felt their scalps tingle. Who is this? How dare they? They saw that these people were wearing black robes and had a strange aura. Are they from the Ghost Nether region? I wonder if the ghost girl of the Ghost Nether region, by Luo, is here. How can our ghost girl be compared to a little princess? She's still far from being a match for us. These people of the Ghost Nether region looked extremely cold. There were also some powerful geniuses, and some rising stars, which made the crowd exclaim. Oh, seeing this scene, I'm reminded of someone. You're talking about Lin Wudi, right? Yes, in the past he always appeared in big scenes. And he was always able to do earth-shattering things. But now no one knows where he is. It's good that he's hiding. If he dares to come out, he'll die immediately. Yes, he's abandoned by the heavens now. With so many holy cities wanting to kill him, He probably won't dare to come out for the rest of his life. Many people shook their heads and sighed. At this time, a few people laughed coldly. Who does Lin Wudi think he is? If he dares to come out, he'll be torn to pieces. He'll be a coward for the rest of his life. Hearing this, the crowd felt their scalps tingle. Now there are people who dare to openly despise Lin Wudi? They all turned their heads to look. In the next moment, they screamed. The people from the holy city had arrived. Indeed, they saw a few figures walking out. Is the holy city here? Isn't it? These were some ordinary disciples of the holy city. They were the vanguard and had arrived early. The real elders and the top geniuses should arrive in 2 days. The auras of the people who walked over were very powerful. Even the ordinary disciples of the holy city were not people that ordinary geniuses could contend against. After all, to be able to enter the holy city, who didn't have some strength? Some of them were surrounded by thunder. Some were surrounded by yellow springs. And some were surrounded by a terrifying aura of desolation. These people came from different sacred cities, but they all had one enemy, and that was Lin Xian. At this moment, a genius from Thunder God City sneered, "That Lin Wudi better not come out. Otherwise, our chief disciple will slap him to death." Everyone was in an uproar. It seemed like Lei Zhen was really going to rise. However, at this moment, a cold laugh rang out from the void. Lei Zhen? That trash? He had been defeated by Lin Wudi more than once. I think it should be at least 3 times, right? Not only that, he even hid in his shell and didn't come out. If Lin Wudi dared to come, he could probably slap Lei Zhen to death. Another voice rang out. The surrounding people were stunned. Oh my god. Someone dared to tear down the stage between Lei Zhen and Thunder Saint City? Who was it? They looked around, but they couldn't find the person who spoke. Was there an expert? They exclaimed. The faces of the people from Thunder God City sank. Who was it? Sneaking around and daring to slander our Thunder Saint City. Come out and accept your death. Trash, you can't even find where we are, and you still have the face to be arrogant? Haha, I despise you. Coward, come out. I will slap you to death. Thunder God City roared in anger. I will fulfill your wish. At this moment, 2 figures walked out from the void. They were the Toad and the Dark Red Dragon. Whitey was lying on the Dark Red Dragon, yawning in boredom. It's you. Many people screamed. They knew that there were several powerful beasts beside Lin Xian, but they didn't expect these 2 guys to come. You guys are here. Where's Lin Wudi? Tell him to come out. There's no need for that kid to do anything. I can beat you down. The Toad jumped out. Come, let me teach you how to be a human. The Toad's image wasn't good. Think about it, can a toad be liked? Moreover, the Toad's body was much bigger than an ordinary toad. In addition, his contemptuous eyes and disdainful expression. Suddenly, the corners of the surrounding people's mouths twitched. The people from Thunder God City felt their scalps go numb. Just 2 beasts, how dare they be arrogant in front of me? The people from Thunder God City sneered. What did you say? The Dark Red Dragon was angry and directly slapped out. Slap. I will teach you how to be a human. The Toad attacked. An earth-shattering sound rang out. 3 disciples from Thunder God City flew out. Their faces were smashed, and there were all kinds of cracks on their bodies. Blood flowed out. The 3 of them fell to the ground and kept twitching. How dare you say we are? I'll say it again. The Toad jumped up and stepped on the 3's faces. The 3 of them were in so much pain that they wanted to die. Ah, damn it. I'll fight it out with you. The Toad's kick pierced through the 3's heads. Their bodies were smashed into pieces. How dare you provoke me? Seems like you don't know what's good for you. When the disciples of Great Desolate Mansion saw this, they wanted to retreat. The Dark Red Dragon sent the other party flying with a slap. They didn't know whether the other party was dead or alive. The surrounding people were stunned. Aren't these 2 beasts too ferocious? It's simply torture. Are all the beasts around Lin Xian so powerful? The crowd was in an uproar. The scene here naturally alarmed the people of Spirit Race. After all, these were the disciples of Thunder God City. They couldn't afford to be injured here. Soon the experts of Spirit Race rushed over. Who dares to cause trouble here? Are you tired of living? How dare you interfere with me? The Toad snorted. When the people of Spirit Race saw this, their eyelids twitched. Two beasts, who are you guys? You're not fit to talk to me. The dark red dragon had an arrogant expression on its face. The toad also sneered. Let your master come. You bunch of lackeys aren't enough to deal with him. The people of Spirit Race vomited blood. Ling Lianhua frowned. What's going on? She asked the people beside her. Soon they got the news. These two beasts were Lin Woody's beasts. The people of the Spirit Race all frowned. Lin Woody is here? The silhouette of the tree was the name of Lin Woody. When he wasn't here, they didn't care. But when they heard these three words, they were so scared that they trembled. Chapter 40:13. However, after waiting for a long time, they realized that Lin Woody did not come. So that brat did not dare to come out. So what if he slapped two beasts? Hurry up and leave. Otherwise, don't blame us for being impolite. Those people from the Spirit Race sneered. Take him down. Let that Lin Woody know that our Spirit Race is not to be trifled with. Ling Lianhua laughed sinisterly. Little girl, you dare to catch me? I will spit you to death. The toad opened its mouth and spat out its saliva. This was not an ordinary saliva. It was highly toxic. Even a sage would be poisoned and injured if he touched it. Sure enough, many people from the Spirit Race had their bodies rotting. Ling Lianhua screamed in fright. Fortunately, she had a defensive treasure to block it. Otherwise, she would probably be disfigured. You. Ling Lianhua was trembling in anger. The surrounding people exclaimed. They were also able to tell that these two monstrous beasts were extraordinarily powerful. Ordinary sages were no match for them. Who dares to hurt the people of my Thunder God City? At this moment, a roar could be heard. Then, a figure bathed in lightning rushed over. Heavens! It was a core disciple of Thunder God City. Everyone screamed. Had the people from the sacred city arrived? How would they know that a part of the sacred city had indeed come? Their purpose was to catch Lin Xian. At this moment, they did not see Lin Xian but two beasts. Heavenly Thunder God Fist. This man had reached the 5th celestial layer. His strength was very powerful. Once he made a move, countless people were terrified. They retreated frantically. Ling Lianhua and the rest revealed a sinister smile. It was easy for a 5th celestial layer to deal with two beasts. The toad sneered. You dare to fight with me? He slapped out two claws and hit the opponent's fist. With a boom, the opponent's fist exploded. The opponent's body was also torn apart. This genius came quickly and left quickly. Soon he fell to the ground and screamed crazily. Too weak, too trashy. The surrounding people were all stunned. Was this really a toad? Why did it feel like a divine beast? Ling Lianhua and the rest were also stunned. They were about to cry. These two beasts were already so powerful. Audacious. Who was causing trouble here? A few old men had arrived from the Spirit Race. Elder. Ling Lianhua and the others were excited. When the old man saw this scene, his face darkened. You two demonic beasts dare to behave so atrociously in our territory? As soon as he finished speaking, the toad slapped him. The old man jumped in fright and quickly retreated. Impudent. Men, do it. Since you dare to fight with us, I'll play with you. The toad wanted to attack with all its might. At this moment, White E's figure flashed and appeared in front of Lousy, slapping the old man unconscious. The dark red divine dragon attacked on the spot, forming a huge mountain that pressed the old man to the ground. Tianya, has Elder been subdued? The people of the Spirit Race had wanted to make a move. But when they saw this scene, they were all scared stiff. The old man came back to his senses and screamed crazily. Damn it! How dare you sneak attack me? As soon as he finished speaking, he screamed like a pig being slaughtered. The crimson divine dragon exerted force with its claws, and the other party's body was torn apart. Old man, for the sake of the little girl of the Shun family, I didn't kill you immediately. However, if you don't know what's good for you, I have 1,000 ways to make you wish you were dead. Now I'll wake you up and let you know which side you should stand on. Boom. The people of the Spirit Race were so shocked that they couldn't speak. This scene attracted many experts. In the end, a small saint appeared. A terrifying aura rushed over. In addition, the people of Thunder God City, Demon City, Myriad Sword Pavilion, and Great Desolate Mansion had also gathered. A terrifying aura filled the sky. The people of the sacred city had arrived. This time, the real elders and geniuses had come. You'd better not get married, or you'll die miserably. The Crimson Divine Dragon slapped the elder of the spirit race away and said, "Wind is tight, retreat." The three of them jumped into the void and disappeared. The people of the spirit race roared crazily. The cultivators of the other sacred cities also attacked. After searching around, they found that the other party had mysteriously disappeared. Damn it! The people of the spirit race gritted their teeth. A few small saints said, "Don't bother about this matter. The two demonic beasts are nothing to be afraid of. Hurry up and welcome them with me." As they spoke, they got into a big formation to welcome them. In the end, the old ancestor of the spirit race also came out. The elders of the spirit race all came out to welcome him. "Fellow Taoists, thank you for coming to the spirit race." The old lady of the spirit race was full of smiles. She was also unwilling to accept this before, but what else could she say now? The result was set. She could only hope that Chiu-Er could understand their painstaking efforts. The geniuses of Myriad Sword Pavilion, Great Desolate Mansion, and Demon City arrived one after another and were respectfully invited in. In the end, a lightning dragon appeared between heaven and earth, baring its fangs and brandishing its claws, filling the void. Everyone looked up at the sky. The people of Thunder God City had arrived. This lightning dragon was formed by a peerless great ability. There were many people on it. One of them was a man with horns on his head. Lightning surged on his body, making him look like a peerless god of thunder. He was Lei Jun. At this moment, he was no longer frightened and fearful like before. Instead, he was high-spirited and had regained his arrogance. Because he had finally reached the realm of small saint. He had regained his confidence that he could sweep through everything. So what if he met Lin Xian again? He could easily kill him. Lei Jun's arrival had shocked everyone. The atmosphere of the spirit race had also reached its peak. After the elders of Thunder God City were invited in, they sat in the main hall. The first thing they asked was whether the holy maiden of the spirit race had come out from her seclusion. The elders of the spirit race hesitated. The faces of the people of Thunder God City sank. Why hasn't she come out from her seclusion? The wedding is in 3 days. Isn't the spirit race a little too arrogant? In their opinion, so what if Shen Jingqiu was talented? They were the Saint City. How dare she disrespect them? Fellow Taoists, please calm down. We guarantee that the wedding will be held in 3 days. There won't be any delay. The elders of the spirit race wiped off their cold sweat and retreated. Elder, we're not here to be Lin Wudi. Why are you so serious? One of the geniuses at the side laughed. One must put on a good show. Otherwise, how could they lure the other party out? The elders snorted coldly. Lei Jun's eyes flashed with a cold light. He said, "Moreover, this Shen Jingqiu is really good looking. She can be my concubine." Just like that, another 2 days passed. There was only 1 day left. The residence was packed with people, and people were congratulating him everywhere. The three of them finally couldn't stand it anymore and jumped out. "Where's Lei Jun? Come out. I'll slap you to death." They were too anxious because there was only 1 day left. Lin Xian hadn't arrived yet. So, they had to take action first to buy some time. It would be easier when that kid came. Chapter 4014. How reckless. Lei Jun rushed out with his men. How dare a toad and a snake act so arrogantly in front of me? Where is Lin Wudi? Does he think that he is a coward? You are not qualified to be arrogant in front of us. Can you defeat that kid? You have been defeated by him several times. Lei Jun was enraged. Ray was furious. This was the humiliation of his life. He would not allow others to mention it again. I was careless before. Now that my strength has increased, he is no match for me. Men, take them down. I want to pull out their tendons and skin them alive. Then hang their corpses on the city wall. I want to show Lin Wudi the consequences of going against me. Lei Jun revealed a ferocious expression. 8 people from Thunder God City walked out. A great battle broke out. However, what was shocking was that the toad and the other 2 were very strong. The 8 experts of Thunder God City were no match for them. Is this all the strength of Thunder God City is? How shameful. Is this little bit of strength just scratching my itch? It is not enough. The dark red dragon and the toad continued to clamor. Lei Zhan roared and attacked again. This time, 8 more people rushed out. Even the people of Yellow Spring Palace and Great Desolate Mansion sneered. We will also play with you. This is Brother Lei's big day, and no one is allowed to disturb him. The other Saint City experts also attacked and surrounded Ruffian Dragon and the toad. The situation had become extremely critical. Buzz. The dark red dragon spat out some arrays to block the attacks. They were still able to resist. This scene stunned the others. These 3 demon beasts were too strong. The other Saint City experts' faces were gloomy, feeling embarrassed. Finally, an elder of Thunder God City could not bear it anymore. A big hand stretched out. It was a little saint. The power of his attack was terrifying to the extreme. The array formed by the dark red dragon was instantly shattered. Not good. The expressions of the dragon and the toad changed drastically. Damn it. Shameless. How dare you send a little saint? Go to hell. There is no need to talk about morality with ants like you. Many people exclaimed. Some people closed their eyes. It seemed that these 2 demon beasts were going to die. Boom. Between the heaven and earth. A red leaf flew down and pierced through the gigantic palm. The elder of Thunder God City who attacked screamed and retreated while holding his arm. When he saw the red leaf, his pupils shrank. Fu Hongye. He screamed in horror. The others were also in an uproar. Fu Hongye was here? In the distance. The spirit boat flew over and 5 figures alighted. Fu Hongye was the leader, followed by 4 other disciples. After Fu Hongye arrived, she said coldly, "If you want to fight, I'll accompany you." At this point, another red leaf appeared in his hand. It exuded a peerless killing intent. The body of the Thunder God City's elder trembled as fear appeared in his eyes. The others did not even dare to breathe loudly. Today is a joyous day for our Thunder God City. Do you want to cause havoc everywhere? Of them. Those from the Great Desolation Mansion and the Yellow Springs Palace also walked out. Their eyes flashed with cold light. You guys are no match for me. Facing so many little saints, Fu Hongye stood there with a disdainful expression. This scene infuriated the Holy City elders so much that they almost vomited blood. How arrogant! Why did it feel like he was more arrogant than Lin Wudi? You are talking about a big day? Fu Hongye's face darkened. I heard that someone wants to marry my junior sister of Wushuang City. Have you asked for Wushuang City's opinion? He snorted coldly, and the whole world trembled violently. The people of the Spirit Clan were so scared that their scalps went numb. The others also exclaimed, "Here comes the good show." The Spirit Clan didn't even discuss it with Wushuang City. I knew it. Otherwise, how could they marry Lei Zhan? Exclamations sounded one after another. The people of Thunder God City snorted coldly. This is a matter between Thunder God City and the Spirit Clan. What does it have to do with Wushuang City? Fu Hongye ignored them and asked with a frown, "Where are the people of the Spirit Clan? Ask the patriarch of the Spirit Clan to come and see me." Yes, the Spirit Clan is too hateful. We have investigated. Shin Jingqiu is still in seclusion and doesn't know about this matter at all. The dark red dragon and the toad also walked up and said with gritted teeth. Fu Hongye glanced at the 2 and nodded slightly. Ya Little White also jumped on Fu Hongye's shoulder and blinked its big eyes. It gestured angrily. Fu Hongye smiled. "Little guy, don't worry. I will help my junior brother vent his anger." Not long after, the elders of the Spirit Clan walked out trembling. Greetings, young Master Fu. Although Fu Hongye was much younger than them, this was a world where strength was respected, so they had to treat him respectfully. You are the patriarch of the Spirit Clan? Fu Hongye stared at the white-haired old woman. It was the old woman. Well, let me ask you. Your Spirit Clan secretly married Thunder God City. Have you asked Wushuang City? Are you ignoring our Wushuang City? Are you looking down on us? Fu Hongye's voice was unusually cold. The people of the Spirit Clan broke out in cold sweat. Many elders looked at Thunder God City with pleading eyes. The clan chief was also frowning. About this, I think we are still qualified to arrange the marriage of the Spirit Clan's saintess. That's right. Fu Hongye, don't go too far. Is your holy city trying to bully others? We won't ignore it. Thunder God City sneered. The people of the other holy cities all showed a sinister smile. With the support of these people, the people of the Spirit Clan straightened their backs. Yes, young Master Fu, this is our family matter. I hope you don't interfere anymore. If you are here to attend the wedding, then we will invite you in. If not, I hope you don't cause trouble on our wedding day. Fu Hongye's face darkened and he snorted. Behind him, a second-generation disciple attacked quickly. Slap. Slap. With 2 slaps, the few elders of the Spirit Clan who spoke before were all sent flying. Their faces were smashed. They fell to the ground and screamed. One of them said coldly, "Our senior brother Fu is the second generation's chief disciple. Who do you think you are? How dare you speak like that?" The others sucked in a breath of cold air. Weren't these second-generation disciples too strong? It seemed that Fu Hongye had brought the elites of the elites this time. Damn it, you are too much. The people of the Spirit Clan trembled with anger. Fu Hongye said coldly, "We have never thought of using our power to bully others. However, Holy City has the status of a holy city. Today, I am not here to represent myself but Wushuang City. So provoking me is the same as provoking Wushuang City. Wushuang City will not be humiliated. Whoever dares to be impudent will be killed without mercy." The people of the Spirit Clan did not dare to speak. The patriarch of the Spirit Clan, the old woman, said, "Everyone, please come in. Let us explain this matter properly. We will not drink tea. We are only here to clarify one thing." Chapter 40:15. Let her come out and we'll ask her. If it's junior sister's opinion, we won't stop her. However, if you make your own arrangements behind junior sister's back, then don't blame Wushuang City. The leader of the spirit tribe hesitated. The others were also frightened. The people of Thunder God City roared. "Fu Hongye, you're too arrogant. Do you really think we don't exist? That's right. So what if Shen Jingqiu is a member of Wushuang City? You have to listen to your elders, right?" The people of the 10,000 Swords Pavilion and the Great Desolate Mansion also came out. This time, they had set up this trap in order to lure Lin Xian out. If Fu Hongye ruined it, then their previous arrangements would be useless. "What? Do you really want to fight? My father will play with you." A terrifying law appeared on Fu Hongye's body. The dark red dragon and the toad were also ready to attack. The people of the other holy cities took out their saint weapons. Each of them was filled with killing intent. The surrounding people frantically retreated. Was a war about to break out? The people of the spirit tribe were about to collapse. This was a joyous day. Was the spirit tribe going to be bathed in blood? "Senior brother, you don't have to deal with this group of trash personally. I'll do it." At this critical moment, a laughter was heard. It was Lin Woody's voice. Countless people looked up at the sky. "He's here." The people of the holy cities were also overjoyed. They looked into the distance. In the distance, a flying sword was flying over quickly. There were 2 figures standing on it. One of them was Lin Xian. The 2 of them were very fast. In the blink of an eye, they arrived at the mansion below. "Kid, you're finally here." The dark red dragon and the toad heaved a sigh of relief. Little White also jumped onto Lin Xian's shoulder and babbled. Lin Xian rubbed Little White and nodded. Then he looked at Fu Hongye. "Senior brothers, you've worked hard. Junior brother, you're here." Fu Hongye also revealed a smile. "Kid, you're finally here. I thought you'd be a coward for the rest of your life." The people of Thunder God City sneered. The eyes of the people from the other holy cities also lit up. "Great, this scourge can finally be eliminated today." Pung. Lin Xian took a step forward and attacked. With a slap, he sent the sage who had spoken flying. The man's head was slapped into his stomach. It was a very miserable sight. "Today I'll beat you into a coward. How dare you?" Thunder God City roared. The little saint made his move. Lin Xian's speed was extremely fast. He turned into a bolt of lightning and attacked madly. Soon, the young geniuses of the Thunder Saint City all screamed. They were beaten miserably. "Impudent!" The elders roared crazily. "Brat, you've gone too far." Lin Xian withdrew his hand and sneered. "I'll bully you guys today." "What? Are you going to bite me?" The people of the spirit race were so angry that they couldn't speak. They really couldn't do anything to the other party. Lin Xian snorted and looked around. Soon, she looked at the people from Thunder Saint City. You guys were very arrogant before. With a wave of his hand, he directly enveloped a few geniuses of the holy cities. Damn it, how dare you! Those people fought back crazily. However, their divine abilities and laws couldn't shake the golden palm at all. In the blink of an eye, Lin Xian caught them and brought them over. He waved his left hand, slapping these people's faces. Soon, these people's faces became swollen like pig heads. The surrounding people were shocked. These people were also fifth heaven geniuses, but they couldn't fight back in the hands of Lin Xian. After smashing these people's faces, Lin Xian stomped them on the ground and sealed them. Then he attacked again. The 10,000 Swords Pavilion was very arrogant. He dragged over a few genius disciples of the 10,000 Swords Pavilion, beat them into pig heads, and suppressed them again. Next, these geniuses of the Demon City, Great Desolate Mansion, and Acheron Palace were all beaten up by Lin Xian. Ah! The elders of the holy cities roared crazily. It happened so fast that they couldn't react at all. By the time they reacted, Lin Xian had already succeeded. Damn kid, how dare you commit murder in front of us? Kneel down and accept your death. Today no one can save you. How dare you touch my junior brother? Fu Hongye walked out, exuding a powerful aura. The second-generation disciple beside him also exuded the same aura. Lin Xian faced so many minor saints, but he was still not afraid. He looked at Lei Zhen and said coldly, I heard that you've broken through and become a minor saint. Now you dare to challenge me, right? Kid, I'll pay you back 100 times, no, 10,000 times for the pain you made me suffer before. Lei Zhen walked out, exuding a strong confidence. Not only did he dare to challenge Lin Xian, but he also wanted to kill Lin Xian with his own hands today. He wanted to vent the hatred in his heart. Fine, I'll fulfill your wish today. Let's have a life and death battle. Lin Xian's voice sounded. A life and death battle? Is Lin Wudi going to have a life and death battle with Lei Zhen? The surrounding experts were in an uproar. Lei Zhen was already a minor saint, but this Lin Wudi was still a mid-fifth heavenly layer saint. The gap between both of them was too big. Yes, even if Lin Wudi could fight across realms, the minor saint realm was not that easy to cross. This time Lin Wudi was really too arrogant. This guy was still as arrogant as before, but this time he's going to lose. The people of Thunder God City laughed after hearing this. It seemed like this kid had been hiding for a long time, so he didn't know about the changes in the outside world. Lei Zhen sneered. You want to have a life and death battle with me? Come on kid. Let's see who's stronger and who's weaker. I won't bully you. I'll give you 3 moves. Lei Zhen was very generous. It seemed like he was very confident about this battle. In fact, not only Lei Zhen thought so, but almost everyone thought so. It was impossible for anyone below the minor saint realm to challenge a minor saint. Even Lin Wudi couldn't do it. In Wushuang City, several second-generation disciples frowned and wanted to say something, but Fu Hongye stopped them. He said, Junior brother Lin is much more powerful than we thought. Since he dares to fight, he must have a trump card. Well, just watch quietly. The second-generation disciples didn't believe it, but since Fu Hongye said so, they didn't do anything. To be honest, they were curious about this legendary junior brother Lin. What kind of magic did he have? Can this kid do it? The toad also underestimated him. The dark red divine dragon's eyes flickered. Seems like this kid has broken through. Well, just watch the show. Can the 2 of you fight in the 9 heavens? The people of Spirit Race smiled bitterly. If the 2 of them fought here, everything would be destroyed. They couldn't stop them at all. Come on, Lin Xian soared into the sky. Since you want to die so badly, I'll fulfill your wish. Behind Lei Zhen, the wings of thunder flapped and turned into a ray of light. Chapter 40:16. Let's go and take a look. The other saints and experts soared into the sky one after another. How could they miss such a spiritual battle? Fu Hongye and the others, as well as the 3 toads and the people from the holy city, all soared into the sky. At this moment, countless gazes gathered in the sky. Kid, come on, I'll let you have 3 moves. Then I'll kill you in 1 move. Lei Zhen was extremely excited now. He could finally take revenge with his own hands. The people from the other holy city also sneered. After today, Lin Wudi would definitely die. They could also have a good sleep. Let me have 3 moves? You're really magnanimous. Since that's the case, then I won't be polite. Buzz. Lin Xian's eyes flashed with a cold light. He stomped his feet and tore the void apart. His speed was fast to the extreme. In an instant, he arrived in front of Lei Zhen. The golden palm slapped out. It slapped towards the opponent's face. What a fast speed! Many people exclaimed. Lei Zhen's pupils also shrank. How could this speed be possible? Did people below the minor saint have such speed? He couldn't believe it. His body dodged subconsciously. He said that he would let the opponent have 3 moves. However, he was still careless. With a slap, the palm slapped his face, causing Lei Zhen's body to flip 36 times in the air. His face was swollen and his teeth fell out. Blood flew out from the corner of his mouth. The surrounding people who were watching the battle looked as if they had seen a ghost. How many situations? They were all stunned. To be honest, in their opinion, within 3 moves, Lin Wudi couldn't even touch a corner of Lei Zhen. After 3 moves, Lei Zhen would be able to kill Lin Wudi with 1 slash. But now, Lin Wudi actually sent Lei Zhen flying with 1 slap. Don't hit someone in the face. This Lei Zhen was really pitiful. After being stunned for a moment, countless screams rang out. The people of Thunder God City went crazy. Careless. It must be Lei Zhen who was careless and underestimated the enemy. In Wuxia City, several second-generation disciples were also stunned. Fu Hongya, however, raised the corner of her mouth into a smile. It seemed that junior brother Lin didn't let them down. This kid seemed to have a breakthrough. The dark red divine dragon, and the others were also very excited. How was this possible? Lei Zhen was also stunned. To be honest, he couldn't believe what was happening in front of him. Lin Xian laughed. Why? Does your face hurt? Initially, I thought that your strength would have undergone a tremendous change after you broke through to the minor saint realm. You disappoint me. You're still trash, unable to withstand a single blow. Damn it. Lei Zhen was so angry that his whole body trembled. You're courting death. Thunder surged out of his body. Lin Xian laughed. Oh, didn't you say you would let me have 3 moves? This was only the first move. There were still 2 more moves. You can't help but want to make a move? The corners of the surrounding people's mouths twitched. This Lei Zhen was too arrogant previously. Now it seemed like he was slapping his face. Brat, I didn't expect your strength to increase. I was too careless before. Furthermore, you've completely angered me, so I've cancelled the benefits of the 3 moves. Now, I will make you wish you were dead. He could not help but want to attack immediately. He would definitely torture the other party to death. Boom. The law of thunder erupted, and the 9 heavens were completely engulfed by thunder and lightning. Retreat quickly. The surrounding onlookers retreated frantically. They even formed countless formations to defend themselves. Only Lin Xian and Lei Zhen were left in front of them. Go to hell. Lei Zhen let out a furious roar as the sky filled with thunderbolts surged forward. In an instant, Lin Xian was engulfed. Not enough. Too weak. Lin Xian rushed out of the thunder and lightning in an instant. He waved his hands, tearing apart the thunderclouds in the sky. He turned into a stream of light and rushed out. 9 Suns' divine fist. He waved his fist, exuding a vigorous aura. It was as if countless suns were trembling between heaven and earth. Impossible. How can you fight against me? Could it be that you've also broken through to the minor saint realm? Lei Zhen was stunned. The others were also stunned. This was really out of their expectations. They did not even know what was going on. This was too illogical. How did this Lin Wudi do it? Has he become so heaven-defying? In Wuxia City, the second-generation disciples were also stunned. Senior brother Fu, what kind of trump card does this junior brother Lin have? Fu Hongya's lips curled into a smile. Didn't you guys notice that although junior brother Lin's cultivation base is at the mid-5th layer? But you guys can feel his physique. That's the physique of a minor saint. His physique has reached the saint realm? His physique has reached the minor saint realm in advance. They sucked in a breath of cold air. What kind of physique is this? Lei Zhen, his physique has reached the minor saint realm. Be careful not to engage in close combat with him. The Elder of Thunder God also noticed this and reminded loudly. Lei Jun's body trembled after hearing this. Then he snorted coldly. So your physique has reached the minor saint realm. No wonder you can block my attack. I admit that your physique is very strong. It's shocking, but that's it. Because my physique and cultivation base have reached the minor saint realm in all aspects. What do you have to fight me? Heavenly thunder roar. Having said that, Lei Jun formed a seal with his palms. Countless law of thunder emerged in his palms. He let out a roar, and a terrifying thunderbolt exploded with a loud bang. This was a kind of great divine ability. Together with the power of the heavenly thunder, it swept across all directions. The whole world collapsed, and ghosts wailed and wolves howled. Endless waves of thunder swept across the 9 heavens. Not good, quickly seal your hearing. Countless saints screamed and sealed their hearing. Some of them were too late and fell from the sky, bleeding from their 7 orifices, and their bodies cracked. The remaining people sucked in a breath of cold air. This Lei Jun is too terrifying. With a roar he could injure so many saints. He was indeed a top genius. Kill! Lin Xian roared. Facing the sky full of thunder-sacred waves, he killed his way out. With this powerful divine physique, he swept across all directions. The sound waves hit his body, producing earth-shattering sounds. His body was rolling, and his blood was boiling. However, with a roar, he suppressed all of these. Lin Xian was like a golden god of war. He opened and closed his hands, and all the sound waves were completely destroyed. Black holes filled the world, and cracks were everywhere. Lin Xian was floating. Mere sound waves can't do anything to me. What other tricks do you have? Show me. Don't be arrogant. This is just one of my divine abilities. The corner of Lei Jun's mouth curled up into a sneer. Although at this moment, he was defeated, he didn't care. His opponent's body was only at the sage realm. His opponent's soul and cultivation were inferior to his. He could slowly play with his opponent. You underestimate my divine physique. Today, I'll let you see the power of my divine physique. Lin Xian's eyes burst out with an extremely terrifying light. He tore open the void again, rushed over, and arrived in front of his opponent. Lei Jun snorted coldly. Thunder God's net. With a wave of his hand, endless thunder and lightning formed a large Thunder God's net, enveloping the front. His opponent was walking right into the net. However, Lin Xian kicked out. His right leg seemed to have turned into a peerless divine sword, easily breaking through the Thunder God's net and charging towards Lei Jun. Lei Jun raised his hand to block. Chapter 40:17. How could this be? His strength had become even stronger. Lei Jun couldn't believe it. Lin Xian harumphed coldly. Every move of mine has the power of the divine body. Moreover, any part of my divine body can be turned into a sharp blade. How can you compete with me? Indeed, both of Lin Xian's hands and legs could be turned into sharp swords. Using his hands to wield the sword was equally powerful. Boom, boom, boom. The two of them exchanged blows. Lei Jun's previous madness was replaced by disdain. Gradually he became frightened. The surrounding people were also stunned. They found that Lin Xian was simply a god of battle. He was on par with Lei Jun. Boom, boom, boom. Kid, you have completely angered me. Go to hell. Lei Jun's hair was disheveled as if he had gone mad. He stretched out his palm. In the center of his palm, there was a shining thunder rune. It was a black aura that carried an extremely terrifying light. It was a peerless divine ability that he had obtained from the heavenly fate star. Thunder Destruction Divine Palm. As soon as the black thunder rune appeared, many people trembled and couldn't help but want to kneel down. Even some of the elders had grave expressions on their faces. This Lei Jun was really something. He had just become a small saint, but he had already displayed such strength. The experts of the other saint cities frowned. The second-generation disciples of Wuxia City also had a drastic change in expression. Even the dark red dragon toad frowned. They were a little worried now. Could Lin Xian withstand it? Facing such a terrifying thunder destruction divine palm, Lin Xian stood there and circulated his divine body to the extreme. At the same time, the law of sword rushed out. He raised his right hand. The golden light on it was monstrous, as if it had turned into a golden divine sword. I have a sword that can break all techniques. Buzz. His right arm bloomed with an unparalleled sword light that connected the heaven and earth. This scene was really too terrifying. Even the elders of Thunder Saint City had a drastic change in expression. Lei Jun was shocked. He activated the Black Thunder rune with all his strength. He slammed it forward fiercely. There was a destructive aura on it. It was really terrifying. Lin Xian also waved his arm and slashed down with his sword. Boom. Boom. It was an apocalyptic collision, and the entire spirit realm was torn to pieces. There were huge cracks everywhere between heaven and earth. The living beings of the spirit race world prostrated themselves on the ground and kowtowed. They thought that the heavenly gods were going to destroy the world. As for the spectators, each and every one of them looked as if they were facing a great enemy. Fortunately, this was above the 9 heavens, and the violent energy could surge into the starry sky. Otherwise, if they were to fight on the ground, there would be no astrals left. Even so, they were still retreating frantically. After waiting for a long time, the terrifying nomological laws in front of him gradually disappeared. Lin Xian retracted his hand, and the divine flame on it danced. His expression was solemn. As for Lei Jun, he was holding onto his arm. His palm had been slapped away. Not only that, but there was also a crack on his body that almost split him in half. Lei Jun was injured. Lei Jun's ultimate divine ability had been broken. It was too unbelievable. Is Lei Jun all right? Those elders of Thunder God City screamed crazily. The experts from the other holy cities also felt their eyelids twitching. Lin Wuti was too strong. They had to get out of here as soon as possible. They had even begun to mobilize their men secretly. No matter what the result of this battle was, they would not allow Lei Jun to live. You can't even withstand a single blow. As I said, you are not my opponent at all. Even if you break through to the minor saint realm, you are still not my opponent. Lin Xian's cold voice rang out. Lei Jun, who was on the opposite side, spat out 3 mouthfuls of blood. He became ferocious. I refuse to accept this. 9 Revolution Divine Thunder, open for me. Endless thunder and lightning surrounded his body. Those thunder and lightning kept spinning, and it actually disturbed the 6th Revolution Divine Thunder. Lei Jun's strength also kept increasing. The secret technique of the Thunder God was displayed with all his strength. He wanted to end the battle with a single blow. He turned into a phantom of the Thunder God and swooped down. Die. The great thunder heavenly blade appeared in his hand, and the annihilation divine thunder appeared in his left hand. 2 kinds of ultimate techniques were displayed at the same time. Lin Xian roared. You want to end the battle? I will fulfill your wish. So what if Lei Jun had the 6th Revolution Divine Thunder? So what if Lei Jun had used all his techniques? Did he not have any? The unparalleled secret technique was activated continuously, and its power was 5 times stronger than before. At the same time, the law of Great Sun appeared in his left hand, and the law of death appeared in his right hand. The law of sword circled around both of his hands. Kill. With a roar, both of his arms seemed to have turned into a pair of yin and yang swords. Another earth-shattering collision occurred. Endless law surged. At this moment, the shattering of heaven and earth became even more severe, as if the whole world was about to be destroyed. In the shocked eyes of the crowd, a figure flew out. Lei Jun's arms were directly cut off, and blood gushed out crazily. Thousands of sword wounds appeared on his body, revealing his bones and internal organs. The crowd screamed. Lei Jun was defeated, and he lost so miserably. He was a top genius, a minor saint. How powerful was his strength? Some of the elders of the older generation did not have the confidence to win against him. But now Lin Wuti, with his level 5 cultivation, had actually injured the other party. How could this be? Lei Jun shook his head crazily. The excruciating pain in his body almost made him faint. His heart was bleeding. He tried his best to catch up and was finally the 2nd person to break through to the minor saint realm. Especially this time, he was fully confident that he could kill Lin Xian. However, the reality was like a basin of cold water that made his whole body turn cold. The strength and talent that he was so proud of was so weak in front of the other party. It was a huge mockery. He thought of how arrogant he was before, but now he was dyed in blood. Was the other party really a person abandoned by the heavens? He was doubtful now. At the next moment, his pupil shrank because he found that Lin Xian had made his move again. After Lin Xian succeeded, he did not stop but continued to attack. How could he hold back when they had agreed to a life-and-death battle? Moreover, Lei Zhen's action had undoubtedly angered him. How dare the other party covet his woman? Unforgivable. His arms turned into yin and yang swords, and a layer of Tai Chi diagram appeared on his body, coupled with the strength of his divine body. It was not weaker than any saint weapon. At this moment, Lin Xian turned into a peerless sword god. His power frightened the people of the myriad sword pavilion. Damn it! The elders of the Thunder God City screamed crazily. What was the other party trying to do? Attack. A minor saint finally couldn't help but attack. Humph. Fu Hongye waved her hand, and the red leaves in the sky turned into a torrent, cutting off their path. Who allowed you to interfere in the life-and-death battle? Damn it, get lost. The experts of the Thunder Saint City roared. They attacked crazily, but the red leaves in the sky were too terrifying. For a moment, they couldn't break through at all. The elders of the Thunder God City screamed. Are you still not going to attack? Have you forgotten the purpose of coming here this time? This was to remind the other saint cities. The elders of the saint cities looked at each other. Let's do it. Chapter 40:18. The elders of the sacred city soared into the sky. Some of them went to besiege Fu Hongye, preventing him from attacking. Some of them went to attack Lin Xian. Not good. Countless people screamed. Those who attacked were all minor saints. Their strength was unparalleled. Were they going to join forces to kill Lin Xian? Damn. You guys are too shameless. The toad jumped up. The dark red divine dragon roared. Attack me if you dare. Both of them attacked with their divine abilities, but it was useless. Fu Hongye roared. Do you guys want to become enemies with my Wushuang city? The power and law in his body surged out, blasting away 3 minor saints. However, another 5 little saints had arrived. Your Wushuang city won't go to war for a dead person. Besides, with so many sacred cities joining forces, won't Wushuang city bow down? The myriad sword pavilion, great desolate mansion, and the other sacred cities joined forces to stop Fu Hongye and the second-generation disciples. On Lin Xian's side, he was also in great danger. Die, minor saints. A killing sword emerged, shining with a terrifying blood-red light. It was the people of the myriad sword pavilion. Many people screamed. On the other side, the yellow spring diagram tilted down. The yellow spring turned into 2 gloomy palms, grabbing at Lin Xian. It was the minor saint of the Yellow Spring Palace. On the other side, the minor saint of the Thunder God City also attacked. He struck out with his thunder hammer, breaking the heaven and earth. 3 minor saints besieged him. It was a situation where he would die. It was over. Lin Wudi was definitely going to die. This was what everyone thought. Die. Lei Zhen hid in the distance, revealing a hideous smile. This nightmare could end now. Lin Xian sensed a fatal danger. He said in a low voice, Devil Saint, you can attack now. As soon as the words were spoken, a giant pitch-black hand slapped down from the sky. It directly shrouded Lin Xian. At the same time, the energy shot toward the 3 little saints who had attacked. Asterisk boom. Asterisk arg. Miserable cries were heard. The 3 minor saints were directly blown to pieces. What was going on? The experts from the other holy cities were all stunned. Lin Wudi could take on 3 people by himself? So powerful. No, look at that pitch-black palm. Damn it, Lin Wudi had an expert behind him. Quickly attack with all your might, otherwise, all our efforts will be in vain. Those people were screaming crazily. In an instant, those elders all rose into the air. Go to hell. All kinds of sacred weapons came down, and there was even a terrifying killing matrix that shrouded Lin Xian. Humph. An icy voice echoed between the heavens and earth. Following that, a pitch-black finger pressed down on the black-colored palm. Like a black heavenly pillar, it shattered the heavens. At the same time, one of his fingers moved as if it had turned into a sharp black sword, blowing away all the holy qi. Boom. When the 2 elders of the demon city came into contact with the black finger, their bodies exploded into a mist of blood. Their souls fled in panic. An elder of the Netherworld Hall was also directly crushed into meat paste. Even his soul did not escape. The person behind Lin Wudi was so terrifying. Was this demonic chi from the demon clan? At this moment, countless people between the heavens and earth were terrified. The eyes of the people from the holy cities turned red. They did not expect that their meticulous preparation could not kill Yi Futian. Those who were watching the battle were even trembling. How did it turn from a life-and-death duel into a chaotic battle? The three toads and the people of Wushuang City all breathed a sigh of relief. Great! Lin Xian was not in danger. Fu Hongye snorted coldly. Kill. At this moment he also had the intention to kill. In an instant, he pierced through the heads of three little saints. The corpses of the three little saints fell to the ground. The others were horrified. This Fu Hongye was too strong. Indeed, back then, Fu Hongye had been a genius on the pilgrim list. Now that so many years had passed, even though she had left the pilgrim list, her strength had reached an inconceivable level. These elders and little saints were nothing in front of him. Do you think that you can kill me with the killing array you set up? You are too naive. Lin Xian rushed forward. His target was Lei Zhen. Lei Zhen was trembling with fear. He thought the nightmare was about to end. Who would have thought that it was just the beginning? So many holy cities joined forces, but they could not stop the finger and the dark palm in the sky. The devil saint killed the little saints beside Lei Zhen. As for Lei Zhen, I will kill him myself. Hearing this, another finger stretched out between the heavens and earth. The two little saints beside Lei Zhen were killed. The two little saints screamed. No, who are you? Do you want to become enemies with my Thunder God City? They were too frightened. Two little saints, one of them was a mid-stage little saint, but they still could not stop the finger. This showed that the owner of the finger was at least a late-stage little saint. Or maybe a saint venerable. Damn it, are they going to use experts of this level? Lei Zhen, without the protection of the little saints, let's see what you can do. Lin Xian sneered. The great sun sword in his hand slashed down again. Lei Zhen was sent flying. Damn it. He was already scared out of his wits, so he did not dare to fight. Run, run, run. Thunder wings appeared on his back. Thunder represented extreme speed. He did not believe that the opponent could catch up with him. Turning into a stream of light, Lei Zhen left. You can't escape. Since it's a life-and-death battle, we have to decide who lives and who dies. Lin Xian quickly chased after him. He turned into a peerless sword light, slashing everything. Lei Zhen was scared out of his wits. He found that his thunder light could not get rid of the opponent's pursuit. Speed up. He even swallowed all kinds of heavenly treasures and burned his bloodline. But he was still caught up. After a fierce battle, Lei Zhen was cut in half again. He exploded the lower half of his body, and the upper half of his body fled quickly. Lin Xian used the void escape technique, and directly dodged the self-detonating power. He chased after him again. In the end, he was intercepted by Lei Zhen. Lei Zhen's face became incomparably ugly. Ling Wudi, please let me go. I will not dare to go against you in the future. Let me go this time. I will agree to whatever you want. At the moment of life and death, Lei Zhen no longer had the arrogance from before. I don't want anything. I only want your life. Lin Xian's eyes were cold. Lei Zhen was so angry that his whole body trembled. In the end, he gritted his teeth. Do you want me to kneel down and beg you? He knelt down in the void with a plop. Is that enough? Can you let me go now? I said it before, this is a life-and-death battle. Not only is there a difference in strength, but there is also a difference in strength. No, if you kill me, Thunder God City will not let you go. They will kill you at all costs. Why bother? You should not have made a move on my woman. You have touched my bottom line. So you will die without a doubt. Hearing this, Lei Zhen regretted it. He did not expect that the plan they were so proud of would become the reason for his death. With a poochie sound, his head was chopped off. The aura of the great dragon sword spirit completely obliterated the opponent's soul. Chapter 40-19. Lin Xian brought Lei Zhen's corpse back to the spirit race's world. At this moment, the war was still raging in the spirit race's world. Some of them chased after Lin Wudi, but they were stopped by the black fingers and palms in the sky. On the other side, Fu Hongye and a few second-generation disciples went all out, slaughtering their enemies. The war was extremely terrifying. At this moment, a voice rang out. "Everyone stop. Lei Zhen has already been killed by me." Having said that, Lin Xian waved his hand, and Lei Zhen's corpse fell from the sky. It was Lei Zhen. Was Lei Zhen really dead? Countless people were terrified. They had never thought that this would be the end result. Lei Zhen was a minor saint, but he was killed just like that. No. The people of Thunder God City gave up the battle and roared crazily. They couldn't accept it. The other minor saints of the other saint cities also stopped, and each of them gasped. Damn it. It was impossible for them to kill Lin Wudi today. Because Lin Wudi was backed by a late minor saint expert. They didn't send such an expert to deal with him. After all, in their opinion, a group of minor saints was enough to kill Lin Wudi. If they knew that Lei Zhen had a late minor saint, they would have sent Saint Venerables. However, Saint Venerables weren't easy to come here. If things went wrong, a crazy war would break out between the saint cities. Let's go. The people of the saint cities discussed and prepared to leave. The people of Thunder God City carried Lei Zhen's corpse and soared into the sky. Fu Hongye said coldly, "This matter won't end here. I, Wushuang City, will remember what you've done today. I'll make you pay for it in the future." Lin Xian sneered. "I heard that there are people who want to marry me. I'll pay a visit to your saint cities one by one. At that time, I hope your chief disciples can come out of seclusion. I'll have a life and death battle with them." As soon as these words came out, the elders of the saint cities in the sky almost fainted. This lunatic wants to have a life and death battle. They quickly ran away. The great battle quickly came to an end. Heaven and earth were shattered. Endless streams of sacred blood surged, and it would be difficult to eliminate it in a short period of time. The minds of the people attending the banquet went blank. They knew that there would be a lot of excitement today, but they didn't expect that Lin Xian's side would emerge victorious. The people from the spirit race were dumbfounded. They weren't optimistic about Lin Xian's chances. But now they were optimistic that Lei Zhen would die. Lin Xian, who he didn't think highly of, was so terrifying. They knew they were done for. Indeed, many people from the spirit race knelt on the ground with a thud and said in a trembling voice, "Young Master Lin, we were reckless and offended you. Please forgive me, young master." "Yes, young master, please let us off for Chiu Er's sake." How could these people not be terrified? If the other party could kill Lei Zhen just like that, there was no need to talk about the rest of them. The spiritual race patriarch instantly aged 1,000 years. Ling Lianhua and the others were so scared that they almost fainted. "Junior brother, I'll leave it to you to deal with these people." Fu Hongye said that no matter what you do, Wushuang City will be your firm backing. You don't need to worry about anything. As soon as these words were uttered, countless people were in an uproar. The people from the spirit race kept kowtowing, because what Fu Hongye meant was that even if Lin Xian destroyed the spirit race, Wushuang City would also fully support him. In this way, they would really be in danger of being exterminated. Now you know fear. What were you doing before? You even wanted to marry Lei Shen City. Are you guys crazy? The dark red divine dragon sneered. Lin Xian looked at these people, and his eyes flickered. He asked where Chiu was. The people from the spirit race were delighted. Maybe he would really let them off for Shinjinqia's sake. Chiu is still cultivating in seclusion. I'll bring you guys there now. Some elders of the spirit race stood up and wanted to lead the way. At this moment, a voice came from the depths of the spirit race. "There's no need for that. I'm out." Everyone exclaimed, and Lin Xian's eyes lit up. An ethereal young lady flew over from afar. Her temperament was outstanding and her aura was at the early 6th heaven of the sage realm. She was also a small saint. Moreover, she was the first to break through to the small saint realm. Her aura was even stronger than Lei Zhen's. Lin Xian waved his hand. Shinjingqiu flew over. "Brother Lin Xian, I've made you worry. It's good that you're fine." Lin Xian smiled with relief. Shinjingqiu said, "Brother Lin Xian, I know what happened. Can you let me deal with the people from the spirit race?" "All right." Lin Xian nodded. Even if Shinjingqiu released all of them, he wouldn't say anything. "Chiu, holy maiden." The people from the spirit race stood up and heaved a sigh of relief. Jingqiu was, after all, their saintess. They should not be in any danger. These people only needed to apologize to them. Hence they smiled. Qiu, it's really our fault this time. Don't worry, something like this won't happen again. Jingqiu's expression was cold. She changed her cute look from before and said, next time? I'm afraid there won't be a next time. What did she mean? These people trembled. The tribe leader also said, Qiu, we've been muddle-headed this time. However, don't let your emotions affect your decisions. Yes, the spiritual lotus also said, Sister Qiu, we know we're in the wrong. Please let us live. I want to know who proposed this marriage and who agreed to it. Who hosted it? Jingqiu asked. Many people fell silent when they heard this. One of the elders stood up and said, the great elder, fourth elder, sixth elder, eighth elder and ninth elder had hosted it together. Those elders also said, Holy Maiden, we know we're in the wrong. Were you the ones who hosted it? They knew they couldn't defend themselves. They could only nod. Yes, we were forced to do it. Before they could finish speaking, their heads flew into the air. With a wave of her hand, Jingqiu extinguished the souls of the elders. Everyone sucked in a breath of cold air. Jingqiu actually attacked. She killed them directly. The people of the spirit tribe were shocked. Wasn't this their holy maiden? Holy maiden. The others also shouted in horror. Who else was involved in this? Jingqiu's voice was cold. The tribe leader of the spirit tribe sighed. She knew that she couldn't appease Jingqiu's anger without killing some people. Therefore, she pointed out all those people. Jingqiu didn't hold back. She directly destroyed all these people. Among them, the spirit lotus shrieked miserably as it was destroyed. Those who were killed were basically from the spiritual lotus branch. They had always been Jingqiu's enemies, so their people were basically all slaughtered. Blood dyed the spirit tribe red. The remaining elders felt their scalps go numb. Jingqiu said coldly, if this matter had been handled by someone else, the spirit tribe might have been completely annihilated. However, you guys have taken care of me and nurtured me. I've also been the holy maiden of the spirit tribe for a period of time. Therefore, I won't let the spirit tribe be destroyed. However, from now on, I'm no longer the holy maiden of the spirit tribe. Granny tribe leader, thank you for taking care of me all these years. I'm very grateful. As she spoke, she bowed. I'll give you a world as compensation for taking care of me all these years. Chapter 40-20. Hearing this, the people of the spirit tribe were stunned. Jingqiu was the future hope of the spirit tribe, but now she was cutting ties with them. In this way, the future of the spirit tribe was bleak. Why is one world not enough? Then I can give you one more. Jingqiu's expression was cold. The leader of the spirit tribe closed her eyes. She knew that their decision this time had completely hurt Jingqiu's heart, and it was irreversible. So he said, Qiu, thank you for showing mercy this time. The spirit tribe is grateful. From now on, the spirit tribe would go into seclusion and would not come out for 100 years. Countless people were in an uproar. It seemed that the spirit tribe had suffered a double loss. Brother Lin Xian, let's go. After dealing with the matters of the spirit tribe, Jingqiu looked a little lonely. Lin Xian hugged Jingqiu and said gently. In the next moment, they all rose into the air and left this place. They came to the outer space. Lin Xian said, don't worry Qiu, I will always be with you. Brother Lin Xian, you are so good. Jingqiu held Lin Xian's arm. I gave the spirit tribe a world. Brother Lin Xian, you won't think that I am too wasteful, right? Lin Xian said. It's nothing. After all, the spirit tribe has taken care of you for so many years. Moreover, those who went against you have been killed. Those who are left are all good to you. It's just that they made a mistake in a moment of folly. Let's go, I will help you conquer a world. Lin Xian smiled. The dark red dragon and the toad were also excited. Were they going to take action? They were going to start conquering the world. Jingqiu looked up and smiled. Well, you don't have to worry about that, Brother Lin Xian. I have a way. Do you have a world in your hands? This time, even Fu Hongya and the others were shocked. One had to know that controlling a world was something only the holy city could do. Apart from that, only the top families could do it. He had never heard of an individual controlling the world. I obtained some good fortune on the celestial fate planet, so I can still do it. Xin Jingqiu smiled. Lin Xian and the rest were also confused. Oh yes, Qiu I would have forgotten if you hadn't mentioned it. What did you experience on planet Tianming? Why haven't I seen you yet? Fu Hongye and the others were also puzzled. Brother Xian, can you let me keep a little secret? I promised the other party that I wouldn't say anything. Alright, as long as you're not in danger, Lin Xian smiled. Then, he pulled Xin Jingqiu into his arms. A few of the second-generation disciples laughed. Junior brother Lin, this is an eye-opener for us. We've always heard of your legends, and now we've finally seen it for ourselves. Lin Xian turned around. His senior brothers were being too courteous. They'll treat you to some roasted golden crow meat. He still had some stock here, so they found a world to land on. He began to set up the grill, and began to roast the golden crow. When Fu Hongye saw the golden crow meat, the corner of his mouth twitched. He shook his head with a bitter smile. I've been roaming the universe for so many years, but this is my first time eating golden crow meat. The second-generation disciples were even more dumbfounded. They really didn't know what to say. However, after eating, Fu Hongye and the others' eyes lit up. It was really delicious. It seemed like they had to hunt some golden crows to try in the future. After eating, Fu Hongye said, alright, I won't disturb you anymore. Seeing that you're not in danger, I can return to report. Remember, you'll always be the disciples of Peerless City. Peerless City will always protect you. Return when you have time. Thank you, senior brother. I'll take care of some things, then return to Peerless City with Qiu. After that, Fu Hongye and the others returned to the sacred ground. Only Lin Xian, the northern demon, and the others were left. Of course, the two demon saints were still in hiding. Lin Xian thought about it, and didn't let them return. Instead, he said, let's go somewhere. Where to? Xin Jingqiu was puzzled. Even the toad and the others were puzzled. Lin Xian said, let's go to my world. A flash of light appeared in his eyes. He also had a world. More accurately, he had two worlds. That was Planet Twin Rain. He had once obtained the core of Planet Twin Rain during the chaos. However, Planet Twin Rain had now been divided among many powers. However, he still had control over it. As long as he was willing, he could summon tsunamis and lightning tribulations at any time to attack the people on it. Qiu was also shocked after hearing this. The toad even jumped up. Fuck, you've already controlled two worlds. This was really unbelievable. There were still battles happening on Planet Twin Rain. However, most of it had already been divided. Lin Xian and the others arrived quietly. They didn't alert anyone else. The toad asked if they should chase these people away. Lin Xian shook his head. Not now. Let them be proud for a while. When there was time in the future, he would make them spit out everything including interest. Moreover, there was another reason. A star's world was interdependent. Humans needed the world's energy, and the world also needed living beings on it. This was a kind of coexistence. Therefore, Lin Xian didn't make a move now. He brought everyone to the center of the world, below the earth. After arriving at Planet Twin Rain, Lin Xian could feel that this world and him had a mysterious relationship. He could mobilize the power of the entire world to fight against it. This time, he had another purpose. That was, he had a small 8 trigrams in the Golden Palace's Yin-Yang Hall. Lin Xian had also studied it before. Moreover, he had also asked Black Mountain before. Black Mountain said that this 8 trigrams was equivalent to an 8 trigrams furnace. It could be used to refine weapons. Therefore, Lin Xian planned to use the power of the two worlds on Planet Twin Rain to provide power to the 8 trigrams. He was prepared to refine a sacred weapon, which was the Great Destruction Spear. The more his strength increased, the more Lin Xian felt that the Great Destruction Spear's power was endless. Therefore, he had to refine it properly. He had to make it completely his. He typed out the 8 trigrams and placed it in the depths of the world. Lin Xian took out the Great Destruction Spear and placed it in the same way. Then he mobilized the power of the world and began to refine and cultivate it. This was a slow process. He shouldn't be able to use the Great Destruction Spear in a short period of time. Fortunately, he still had the unparalleled sword in his hand. In addition, his strength didn't weaken at all. Moreover, once the Great Destruction Spear was refined again, it would be a handy sacred weapon. At the same time, the second astral realm was stirred up again. The matter of the spirit tribe was completely spread out. Everyone was in an uproar. The marriage alliance failed. Lei Shan was dead. Who did it? Did Peerless City send an expert over? It was Lin Wudi who did it. Chang Tianya. Did he finally come out? Did he also become a minor saint? Everyone knew that Lei Shan was a minor saint. Now Lin Wudi could kill him, which meant that he had also become a minor saint. It was unbelievable. However, the situation wasn't so. Chapter 40-21. It's over. Thunder God City will definitely not let this matter rest. They will definitely assassinate him crazily. As for the other saint cities, they probably won't even be able to sleep. With such a peerless enemy, they won't feel at ease if they don't get rid of him earlier. The second star boundary was once again in an uproar because of Lin Xian's action. Thunder God City was furious. Their chief disciple was killed by someone. This was simply a great humiliation. In an instant, they sent out many experts to assassinate him. However, they only met Fu Hongye and his group on the way back to Wushuang City. They fought a great battle and returned in defeat. Fu Hongye kept chasing after these experts of Thunder God City and spread the word that if they were seen by him again, he would kill his way to Thunder God City. This scene once again caused an uproar. No one knew where Lin Wudi went. The people of Thunder God City were so angry that they wanted to vomit blood. Lei Shan, that trash. On this day, a disdainful voice came from Wanjian Pavilion. He was actually killed by someone. It was really a disgrace to a minor saint. The one who said this was Jianchen. He had also come out of seclusion. Moreover, his strength had also reached the minor saint realm. After Jianchen came out, he couldn't wait to show his strength. Therefore he announced to the world, Lin Wudi, get over here and I'll definitely kill you with my sword. This scene caused an uproar in the starry sky. However, Lin Xian didn't appear at all. Jianchen gritted his teeth. Damn it, I don't know where he is hiding. Since that's the case, I'll let you come out. He used the same method to bring people to Kunlun Pavilion to propose. Fuck. It can't be right? This Jianchen actually dares to propose? And this time, he's proposing to Morong Qingqing? I heard that Morong Qingqing is also Lin Wudi's woman. Isn't this Jianchen courting death? Not necessarily. Jianchen's strength was originally much stronger than Lei Shan's. He was an existence that could become a saint king. After breaking through to the minor saint realm, his strength should have far surpassed Lei Shan. Otherwise, he wouldn't have done this. For a moment, the news spread rapidly in the starry sky. Even Lin Xian and the others on the other side of the starry sky knew about it. Because the people of Double Rain Star were also talking about it everywhere. Not good. The dark red divine dragon and the others flew back and passed on the news. Lin Xian's face was cold. It seemed like killing Lei Shan wasn't enough. He had to kill all of them. His eyes were filled with killing intent. Let's go. He was prepared to bring people to the Kunlun Pavilion to kill Jianchen. However, before they could make a move, another piece of news came. This time it was the Northern Demon who returned. He had a strange expression on his face. I don't think we need to rush there for the time being. What happened? Lin Xian asked. The Toad and the others also said, why not? I'm not afraid of them. The Northern Monster said that it wasn't a matter of whether he was afraid or not. It was just that there was no need to do so. As he spoke, he told her the news. When they heard this, they were all stunned. It turned out that another piece of news had spread. The starry sky was in an uproar. Jianchen was immensely proud of himself. He brought people to the marriage alliance, but in the end the Kunlun Pavilion didn't agree at all. Jianchen still wanted to act shamelessly. He wanted to use his identity and the strength of the 10,000 Swords Pavilion to threaten them. In the end, he was directly beaten out by Morong Qingqing. It was said that Jianchen directly ran away, looking very miserable and miserable. When this news came out, everyone was stunned. Was that Morong Qingqing of the Kunlun Pavilion already so terrifying? She could actually defeat Jianchen? Tianya, what kind of destiny was she? She didn't know anything. She was testing. Everyone went crazy. Why was there someone other than Chao Tianxing who was risking their lives? Murong Qingcheng's strength was beyond everyone's expectations, so much so that the northern demon and the others were stunned. Lin Xian's lips curled into a smile. It seemed that Qingcheng had also broken through. This Jian Chen had hit an iron plate, right? He even dared to provoke his woman. He was courting death. Since Murong Qingcheng wasn't in danger, he wasn't in a hurry to go. It was better to accompany Qiu'er first. Next, the two of them began to live a loving life. After a few days, the northern demon said, "Brother Lin, I'm preparing to go out and cultivate for a period of time." "Can't I cultivate here?" Lin Xian was shocked. "I won't be a third wheel. I won't be a third wheel either." He Shan also walked out. "I'll bring my disciple to cultivate, and try to let him break through to become the Xiao little saint as soon as possible." "All right." Lin Xian shrugged. "If there's anything you want to find me for, just send a message to Wushuang City. I should be able to receive it." The northern demon and He Shan left. Then the dark red dragon, the toad, and Little White also wanted to leave. "Where are you guys going?" Lin Xian asked. The toad said, "I'm going to look for treasures." "Do you think I'm a vegetarian? Let me tell you, my identity is so big that it'll scare you to death. Now I'm going to look for the lost treasures." The dark red dragon chuckled. "I'll go with Brother Toad. And Little White, lend it to us." As he spoke, the three of them also ran away. Only Lin Xian and Shen Jingqiu were left. "Forget it. Don't bother about them. The two of us will stay here." The two of them started to live a loving life. Time passed quickly. A year passed in the blink of an eye. Over the past year, Lin Xian's cultivation base had become even more stable, and his divine body had completely transformed into a minor saint. Shen Jingqiu had become more beautiful than before. Furthermore, her strength was also increasing rapidly. This made Lin Xian very surprised, because in this year, the two of them only cared about being lovey-dovey and did not cultivate. However, the speed at which Shen Jingqiu's cultivation was growing was too shocking. It seemed like Shen Jingqiu had received an incredible summon. "Brother Lin Xian, Qiu'er has to go on a long journey. I've promised the spirit tribe that I'll give them a world. Do you want me to accompany you?" Lin Xian asked. Shen Jingqiu shook her head. "Don't worry. With Qiu'er's cultivation, she won't encounter any danger. Brother Lin Xian, why don't you go and see Sister Qingcheng? After I'm done with my matters, I'll go and find you." "That's good." Lin Xian waved his hand. After all, people like them who wanted to walk the path of the great emperor were rarely together. A year of warmth. Lin Xian was already very satisfied. Waving his hand, Shen Jingqiu left. Lin Xian sat down cross-legged again. He had not cultivated for a year. Now he had to cultivate properly. On the other side, Shen Jingqiu left. Double Rain Star turned into a stream of light and shuttled through the universe. Not long after she left, a cold voice rang out. "Is he your man? His talent is not bad. He actually has the 9 young divine body." This was a woman's voice. It was unusually cold. However, no one appeared in the surroundings. If there was someone here, they would definitely be shocked. However, Shen Jingqiu's face was calm. It seemed like she already knew about his existence. She snorted coldly. "You don't have to care about Brother Lin Xian's matters." "All right, I won't care about his matters. Let's talk about your matters. I've already given you a year's time. I didn't rush you. The two of you should be warm enough. Then let's get down to business." Chapter 40:22. Hearing this, Shen Jingqiu's face turned cold, and the woman's voice sounded again. "What's wrong? Are you going back on your words? You were the one who wanted to walk this path. Since you've already decided, you can't go back on your words." Shen Jingqiu said. "Don't worry, I don't plan to go back on my words." "That's good. Don't worry, according to what I said, your cultivation will definitely surpass all the geniuses in the second astral realm. You'll leave them in the dust. Now let's begin." Shen Jingqiu's figure disappeared into the starry sky. On the other side, Lin Xian didn't know that there was a mysterious woman in Shen Jingqiu's body. At this moment, he was preparing to cultivate for a period of time, before going out to travel. He wanted to break through to the small saint realm as soon as possible. He was looking forward to what kind of changes would happen when he broke through to the small saint realm. At that time, killing small saints would be as easy as cutting vegetables. Those in the same realm wouldn't be his match. Double Rain Planet. Many holy cities were divided by the big clans. However, there was a place that no one dared to set foot in, because this place was very strange. The holy cities that were originally fighting with each other, and those terrifying experts were now united in the hands of one person. Together, they formed an extremely frightening alliance. Who was the boss behind this alliance? No one knew. They only knew that it was a woman who could make countless saints crawl under her feet. Li Tianqing was a small saint from the Ghost Hell region. He was also an elder stationed on the Double Rain Planet. Previously, when they were fighting for a spirit vein, the people of the Ghost Hell region had injured them. This time he was prepared to go to the Alliance to ask for an explanation. What alliance? How dare they fight with our Ghost Hell region? They're courting death. He wore black clothes and ran, his eyes filled with ruthlessness. As a small saint, he was very powerful. Moreover, the Ghost Hell region cultivated a sinister cultivation method. He was like a ghost, bringing with him terrifying information. Soon, he arrived at the territory of the Alliance and directly killed his way in. The people of the Alliance naturally counterattacked. However, how could those Fifth Heaven saints be his match? Soon they fell to the ground and wailed. Li Tianqing sneered and walked towards the depths of the Alliance. Soon he arrived at the deepest part of the Alliance. What woman? Come out and see me. A terrifying voice sounded. However, in the next moment, the void cracked and a terrifying palm slapped out. The palm had an ancient mirror that emitted a terrifying light. Li Tianxing's expression changed as well. With a sway of his body, he pushed the door open. Small saint. He didn't expect that there would be a small saint in the Alliance. Furthermore, from the looks of it, that was a powerful demon saint. His expression darkened. At this time, hearing the woman's words, he snorted coldly. Go in. But behave yourself, or I'll tear you to pieces. Li Tianxing's pupils shrank to the size of needles. It was actually someone from the saber-toothed tiger clan. One had to know that this was a dignified, far ancient royal family. To think that they would submit to someone else. He secretly circulated his power. As long as there was danger, he would go all out. The next moment he pushed open the door of the palace. There was no one inside. He walked through a few more palaces and found a woman sitting in front of him. She was an extremely beautiful woman. She was emitting a seductive aura from head to toe. It's you. Li Tianxing's lips curled up in disdain when he saw the other party. She wasn't a small saint. Her cultivation base was only at the fifth heaven. How could such a person become the leader? Were the people of the Alliance crazy? Could it be that they were lusting after her beauty? But at their level, they could capture any woman they liked and make her their concubine. They could either use her as a cauldron and let them play with her. How could they let a woman manipulate them? Become my subordinate, and I can spare your life. The woman in front stood up. Her every word and action, even her voice, was filled with endless seduction. It could make one's soul sink into it. Seduction? Humph. You want to use such a method to subdue me? What a joke. I'm a small saint. Ghost chi spread out from Li Tianxing's body. Go to hell. He stretched out his ghost claw. This was the attack of a small saint. It was abnormally terrifying. However, a bell rang between heaven and earth. Dang. Li Tianqing was stunned. His attack didn't reach his target. His soul, however, received an intense fluctuation. This is the joyous bell. You're from the joyous hall. He was too surprised. He didn't expect this woman to be from the joyous hall. The joyous hall was a sacred ground. It was a sacred ground that specialized in seduction techniques. It was used to disturb one's soul and make one sink into it. If you're a small saint, then I'm really afraid of you. But a mere fifth heaven cultivator wants to seduce me? You're overestimating yourself. Is that so? I'll make you crawl under my feet today. The woman in front of him revealed an even more seductive smile. The next moment, she activated the joyous bell with all her might. All kinds of strange sounds rang between heaven and earth. However, he was a small saint after all. Li Litian was very strong. He blocked the attacks while attacking madly. Soon he arrived in front of the woman. The next moment his pupils shrank, because he saw a saber appear in the beautiful woman's hand. A pair of mandarin duck daggers was slashing down at him. Not good. It's the endless saber of affection. Damn it. He screamed madly and wanted to turn around and leave. However, the slash still managed to hit him. However, the strange thing was that his body didn't seem to split apart at all. His expression changed. His pale face became incomparably ferocious. He seemed to want to resist, but not long after, his eyes became empty. The next moment, they were filled with light. That wasn't coldness, but love, a deep love. He looked at the peerless beauty in front of him, as if he had fallen in love. Now, are you willing to crawl under my feet? Yes. Li Tianxing, an elder of the ghost hellland and a terrifying small saint, was actually crawling under the woman's feet. The woman chuckled, and the seduction on her body became even stronger. The whole palace seemed to be filled with a spring breeze. She put away the short saber and bowed. Remember, I'm your master from now on. My name is Wuxia concubine. Yes, master. Li Tianxing raised his head, and a fiery light appeared in his eyes. Although his eyes were fiery, he didn't dare to act rashly. This was the power of the Joyous Union sect. They could make countless men go crazy for you. But they didn't dare to cross the line. They could easily play with these people in the palm of their hand. Very good. I have already subdued 2 minor saints. Plus, I have those 5th heavenly layer experts. Lin Xian, your death is coming. The seduction in Wuxia concubine's eyes disappeared, replaced by a biting cold killing intent. She had to take revenge for this. You're tuning in to the Li Mei's Wuxia Whispers YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.